Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I loved it.
My name's Jay Milne. #Luke.
Our sports update deliverer. The Coon.
I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up today.
You know what, Reid?
You might be on to something.
All right, here's what's going on in the nasty stuff.
All right, so we got a statement here from the NHL Coaches Association. They put it out about an hour ago. The NHLCA has been closely monitoring the situation involving Bruce Cassidy. While we respect the league's rules and processes, it is our position that coaches who remain under contract but are no longer working for their club shall be prevented from pursuing other employment opportunities. It would be unprecedented at the head coaching level should multiple teams be denied permission to speak with Coach Cassidy. The situation is still unfolding, but our priority is to protect the interest of our members in this type of circumstance. That sounds pretty good. It's well written. Show of hands, not just here in the studio, but out there with our listeners. Now, if you need two hands for what you're doing, don't raise your hand, but if just acknowledge it in your head. Show of hands, who knew that there was an NHL Coaches Association before I read that, or before earlier this afternoon when they put that out? Show of hands. Neither of you guys. Once that came out, I remembered there kind of was one. I've never heard or seen them put out a statement like that before. So I think I read that and I thought, okay, cool. Like, you're advocating for Bruce Cassidy and whoever else. And we realized, we talked about this last week, it is unusual for a team just to say, no, you can't talk to somebody. Usually it's allowed to happen. But I feel this is sort of like, if I pumped gas, and I do have to fill up my car today or tomorrow morning, if I got gas and I was like, man, gas is expensive. And I went into the service station, into the store, and I asked for the manager maybe. And the manager came out and I said, yes, as one of your customers and as someone who has driven a car for many years, I'm disappointed in the price of gas. What would he say? Oh, thanks. Good. Thanks for the feedback. Have a nice afternoon. I think that's going to be the reaction of the Vegas Golden Knights to that. Thanks for the feedback. We're
So you think this is much ado about nothing?
No, I don't think it's much ado about nothing. I think that maybe this whole situation could lead to some clarity in future procedures. I mean, maybe Bettman will actually say there's now a league rule. If somebody wants to talk to somebody that you are paying not to do the job you hired them to do, especially when it's head coaching, which is one of the most prominent positions in hockey. Being the head coach of an NHL team is a very prominent position.
Sure,
Do
it
we
is.
agree on that?
Yes.
So if there's only 32 of those jobs, and generally it's 32 of those jobs that are shared by about the same 45 people.
Sure.
Over a period of years, that you have to allow that person to be interviewed. That if there's a request, you automatically approve the request.
I wonder when the last time was that the NHL Head Coaches Association?
The NHL Coaches Association. Well, I was looking at their Twitter account today. They've congratulated coaching staffs who've won at the NHL on other levels. They have video of Larry Robinson and Kirk Muller bringing the torch out before Canadiens games recently. They're congratulating a coach of the year in the CJHL. They have some fun facts about Brind'Amour. They have that audio of Brind'Amour in the handshake line against Pittsburgh.
Sure.
Remember, we watched that. They have a snippet of an interview with Paul Maurice. We're back to earlier in May, though. We have a post-game interview with Rick Tocchet. There's Muller. There's more on Brindamore. They got a quote from Manny Malhotra. They got a tweet about drills you can do. They have something about the Asian and Pacific Islander Heritage Month and some men of that background who are now coaching. I'm just scrolling this on the fly. So I don't see a lot of statements.
Wow, that says a lot,
They got the finalists for the Jack Adams Award. I guess that would be important. So anyway,
when the NHL Coaches Association speaks, Reid, it is rare, but when they do, they are heard.
They carry a big whistle.
They do. They certainly do.
So anyway, the Oilers coaching search continues. So they're going to interview Berube. Still not allowed to interview Cassidy. Same with the Kings. Remember there was that report that they had already interviewed Cassidy or something like that? Things change. So anyway, something to consider that they put that forward, and we'll talk about Oilers storylines, hockey storylines. Luke Gazdic is going to join us at about 3:40. He's always fun on Edmonton Sports Talk every week, alternating between this show and the Nielsen Show, which is 6 to 9 a.m. Josh Clawson is going to be on the show today. Now, Josh has been on the show in the past. He's a friend of Edmonton Sports Talk. He's the chief meteorologist over at CTV Edmonton, not far from here. We love talking to him. He's been on this show, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 times.
Sure.
Since we launched. He's been on the Hangout a few times. We'll ask him about the weather, but does he not cheer for the New York Knickerbockers?
He would be a Knickerbocker insider.
And did the Knickerbockers not play a game tonight? Is that tonight already?
I believe the Knickerbockers do play tonight.
We're advancing quickly into the conference finals.
Against the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Right. They were in Chicoutimi, and then they moved to Cleveland. So he's going to be on the show. And, of course, we want to hear from you. How was your long weekend? What are you up to? What do you think of the conference finals? What do you think of the Oilers coaching search? Wherever you want to go, you can email reid@edmontonsportstalk.com or jay@edmontonsportstalk.com. You can text us 780-218-9999. That is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. River Cree Resort and Casino. Check out their mobile app. Free to download, get exclusive offers and promotions, get show tickets, make reservations for hotel rooms and restaurants. It's safe, secure, and it's easy to use. rivercreeresort.com. If you're listening on iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, thank you so much for using those excellent streaming apps. You can also get us on YouTube. The YouTube channel is Edmonton Sports Talk. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. We are approaching 15,000 subscribers. Maybe we can get there by the end of the week. And while you're taking us in on YouTube, give the show a like. Hit the thumbs up button.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
Can also tell you that between 3:20 and 3:40, sometime in that window, we're going to qualify 4 people for Friday's draw to win 2 tickets to the Canada-Uzbekistan game on June 1st at Commonwealth Stadium.
Are you kidding me?
The World Cup. I've been calling it a World Cup tune-up game. What do you?
The send-off series.
The send-off series. It's a tune-up for the World Cup, though.
Well,
you make sure the engine's running.
Yeah, Edmonton doesn't have any World Cup games that they're hosting, but this is as close as you're going to get. And Reid, I was looking at tickets today. They're selling through. Like I would expect Commonwealth to be packed. So thanks to our friends at Commonwealth Stadium, they're going to give away a pair of tickets for that game. I would imagine they're pretty good seats.
Yeah. Weather should be good by June 1st, right?
Oh, ask Clawson.
Well, ask Clawson. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to give those tickets away Friday.
Yes.
So we're going to qualify 11 people for the draw.
Why 11? That's an odd number.
How many people are on the pitch for a team during a soccer match? 11.
Wow.
So what we're going to do is we're going to do 4 today.
Just when I think you couldn't impress me anymore.
Thanks, buddy.
You come up with that.
So we'll qualify 4 people today. You will have to correctly answer a trivia question by texting in the correct answer to the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox, 780-218-9999. So we'll qualify 4 people today, 3 tomorrow, because it's already Tuesday today, 3 on Thursday, and then a final qualifier on Friday, and then we'll draw from those 11 names for the winner on Friday.
Wow.
So that's how we're going to do that. So that's pretty fun. That's pretty fun. Ronnie Oceanfront in the Nasty Chat says, who is a bigger deal at Bell Media, Clawson or Rashog? Well, that all depends on your interests, I guess. That's a question I'm not answering.
Well, does Rashog have Chief in front of his title?
I think he's the bureau chief.
Right, but that's second.
I think he's not
the chief bureau.
It's in his title. It's.
I mean, Josh Clawson is the chief.
Oh, true.
Meteorologist.
Oh, yeah, true. Fair enough. I guess you got me there. All right. What a game last night, eh?
La ligne, longe la ligne bleue, disque perdu, et Carrier s'empare de la rondelle libre. Carrier, la passe, on entre avec Newk, Evans vers le filet, le tir, et le but! Victoire des Canadiens! Alex Newk propulse le CH en finale de l'Association de l'Est!
Game 7 overtime. Felix Seguin with the call on TVA, or TVA, I guess as they say it. That was the Canadiens. Wait, I'm telling you, man, it's going to happen. The last 2 times they've won the cup. Remember when I predicted them before the playoffs? All these parallels to 86 and 93. In 1986, you know how they won the second round? Game 7 overtime against the Hartford Whalers. Claude Lemieux in overtime. Now, they were the home team in that game, but nonetheless, the rookie goalie, all these little things going on. It's in the process of happening. I'm asking everybody, just enjoy witnessing history. They're seeing it with the Montreal Canadiens. They're going to beat Carolina, and we're going to give our guaranteed to be correct conference final predictions later in the show, and we're going to update how we've been doing in our picks so far. This is in the process of happening, Jay. We are in the process of seeing Canada's Stanley Cup drought be broken by the team who was the last team to win it in 1993. This is happening right now, right before our eyes.
Right in front of our faces.
It's happening before our eyes. And it's like, oh, Montreal, they're such underdogs. Well, they're not. They are underdogs, I guess, but it's not as if, okay, let me put it to you this way. So they were third in the division. They were 3 points out of first. Buffalo had 109 points. Tampa Bay had 106. Tampa Bay had the tiebreaker or they had the home ice advantage on a tiebreaker. Carolina's got 113 points. Okay, better than Montreal, but Montreal was a good team. They had 106 points. They had more points than the Minnesota Wild. They were 11 points better than the Vegas Golden Knights. They were 13 points better than the Edmonton Oilers. This is a good team. You know what else was a really good team? The Canadiens in 93. Everybody's like, well, that was such an upset. Yeah, they were third in the division. Yeah, but they had over 100 points. They weren't that far behind Quebec. Yes, some other good teams lost along the way to help them, but there are parallels. This is in the process of happening, Jay. We're in the process of seeing the Canadiens winning the Stanley Cup.
Do you know that the current Montreal Canadiens are the youngest NHL team to advance to the conference final since
I'm going to guess the 1986 Montreal Canadiens.
1993.
That team was that young too? Because I know the 86 team was pretty young. The 86 team had 6 or 7 rookies on it, including goaltender Patrick Roy. Oh, rookie goaltender. Oh, dramatic overtime wins. The 1993 team went 10-1 in overtime. They played 11 out of their 20 games, went to overtime. They won 10. Not quite as good a percentage, but they've won some big games in overtime this year. I'm actually excited about this. My heart is feeling something. And it's thanks to the Montreal Canadiens. We're in the process of seeing them do it, Jay.
I hope for your sake that they can pull it out. Do you know that they went undefeated against the Carolina Hurricanes this year?
They did.
I don't like that, though, for you.
Well,
our resident Montreal Canadiens fan. Are they Canada's team? Do you think that markets around Canada are actively cheering for them as, let's get the cup back to Canada? And they're the ones that are going to do it.
Well,
I don't think they are.
No, I don't think they are, but I think they're less hated than they used to be. I remember in a lot of in the 80s, a lot of people hated the Canadiens. And I think even in the 90s. And then that sort of faded as they weren't as good anymore. And the Leafs got better. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, though, the Leafs have not won a Stanley Cup recently. But I feel like the Leafs are more hated now than the Canadiens. I think my sense is that there'd be, we have Oilers fans listening, right?
Yes.
And I know, I was born in 1974. Throughout the 80s, I followed both the Oilers and the Canadiens very closely. A, because we lived near Edmonton, and B, my dad, who even though he's from Southern Ontario, cheered for the Habs as a kid. I don't even know why he picked, but he wasn't near Toronto. He was more closer to Detroit, actually, but he cheered for the Canadiens. So, a lot of people didn't like that I like the Canadiens as well. Because in the West, people saw the Canadiens win a lot over and over again, in the 60s and 70s, and then won again in 86 and 93. But I feel now as if it would be more tolerable. Well, we can ask people who besides, if you're an Oilers fan listening, is it more tolerable to have the Canadiens win the Cup than the Leafs, or is it?
You're comparing it to the Leafs. That's
but I think 30 years ago the answers would have been the Leafs, or 40 years ago the answer would have been the Leafs.
Really?
Yes. Well, we'll find out. We'll put the question out there. Text us in 780-218-9999. Post in the nasty chat if you're watching on YouTube. All right, we better get to this. The afternoon headlines presented by 100.3 The Bear, Edmonton's best rock. Stream them on iHeart today. This is Chet Palmer with your sports report. That was a thriller for the Habs last night. New Hook with the knockout punch. That guy is so clutch, he belongs next to the break. That guy is so clutch, he belongs next to the break. The Windy Boys finally know who they're going to play in the East Final. I wonder how their coach has kept them sharp. Hey, Jason Milne, is that Rod the Bod in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Napoleon Solo won the Preakness. Solo, when you tell him you love him, does he say, I know?
I love you.
I know.
I'm Chet Palmer.
Oh, wow. A lot to unpack here, Chet. Thank you. New Hook. That guy is so clutch, he belongs next to the break. I get it now.
That's why I was asking you. Well, somebody was asking you earlier about that.
Right. And Rod the Bod is in my pocket. How did he know? Napoleon Solo won the Preakness. Reid, I text you just before the Preakness on Saturday.
Yes.
And I said, I'm going with the gray. Number 10, Napoleon Solo.
Yeah.
Who was 7-1. And actually, I think was on the lead or second for most of the race. And then just took off at the end.
Yeah.
One of the slowest Preaknesses, I believe, in history.
And on a different track, right?
Yes, it was weird to watch it because usually there's a lot, the crowds are filled. I believe at the Preakness, the infield is usually going.
Right.
But as it was at a different location.
I think it was at a smaller track, much smaller facility.
Yeah, they had temporary tents along the, the home stretch.
Yeah.
So here it is. It's in the nasty chat. What would be more tolerable for Oilers fans? The Leafs winning the Cup or the Habs?
Early on, Leafs at 0.
Yeah, that's not even now 21% for both would suck.
That's more what I'm interested where that's going to be. The Leafs are more hated than the Canadiens. I'm telling you, when we were boys, this was not the case. This was not the case.
Okay.
There's been a shift. That's what I'm saying. Over the course of my lifetime, Jay. Looking back. Anyway, you have Rod the Bod in your pocket, apparently. But it seems as if your body today could be in better shape. And this is our off-topic topic for William Huff. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service, combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best can be, is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout, 780-454-4536. Okay, what's going on with you?
Oh, my wife had me working like a dog, Reid.
Uh-oh.
I was all over the yard yesterday, cutting down trees, mowing the lawn. What else did we do? We raked and raked till we couldn't rake no more. So I had to pull out the push lawnmower. I have a riding lawnmower that I use for my majority of my lawn.
Right.
But for our dog run, it's gated, it's fenced, so you can't drive in there. So I have to push mow the dog run.
Okay.
And there was things in the way of me getting the lawnmower out that I probably should have just hooked up and moved. But I didn't. I was stubborn and in a rush. So I decided that it would be a good idea to lift the lawnmower up and over and out of my covered storage. Not a good idea. My back is on fire. I never had back injury in my life. Never. Very, very sore. So I shouldn't have lifted that lawnmower.
Right.
So
How heavy again?
Reed, it must have been 400 pounds.
Yeah. It's like lifting a small gorilla.
It is, really. No, it's just, it's awkward. It's awkward. That's what it is.
I don't know why I picked that.
It's not like you're lifting something square or something with, grips or handles
the shape
that
of
are,
it as well. Yes. Yeah.
So I tweaked my back. I shouldn't have lifted the lawnmower. And then to boot, the lawnmower wouldn't start. I believe it's broken. So all of this was for nothing.
Because you usually don't express a lot of discomfort, illness, pain, but you're noticeably, to me, grunting and groaning and
like
uncomfortable
every
today.
time I get up, it's like,
It's like, why are you getting up?
it making that sound. So I'll get through it. I'll get it out. But that's the off-topic topic. What is something that you've lifted that you probably shouldn't have
Done it yourself.
Yeah. Or like what's something you should have had people help you with?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was, you should see, I got this new thing. It's called a pole saw.
Yeah.
I got it at my neighbor's garage sale.
Okay.
So it's essentially a chainsaw that hooks onto a large pole.
Oh, neat.
So we were trimming all over the yard.
Oh, sweet.
Fantastic. I can cut branches down.
This thing was not too heavy to lift.
But I think it added to it because
okay.
My back was probably on the brink before I was stupid enough to try and lift the lawnmower by myself.
Right.
And I think that just put it over the edge.
Well, I can think of a few things. Now, I guess being a single person who lives alone, there are times where I'm just like, to heck with it. I just got to try to move this.
Yeah.
A couple summers ago, I had a portable air conditioner. It was actually left in my home by the previous owner, and it reached the point where it just wasn't working anymore, and I needed to get it down to the garage, and I didn't wait for anybody, and I carried it down a couple flights of stairs, and I hurt my back. I was uncomfortable for about 3 weeks after that, and it was one of those where it was so heavy, like you just have to go down one stair at a time, and it's more... It's the weight of it, but also making sure you don't drop it and it tumbles down. So that was quite silly. And it's one of those things, though, when I'm doing it or when I do things like this, I know it's silly, but I also think to myself, well, if I'm careful enough, I'll probably be okay.
Right.
Yeah, like a few weeks ago, Family Day long weekend, I had this shelf, like one of those pantries, and the door broke off, so I took the other door off, and I was like, this could be a good bookshelf now. And I took it upstairs foolishly. So like I hauled it over to the stairs. I lay it on its side and then I slid it up the stairs, angle it around the corner. Like, this is stupid. Just stupid.
Call your buddy Jay.
But I did it.
Say, hey, come over.
The off-topic topic. Tell us about a time you lifted something yourself, but you shouldn't have done it. For William Huff.
Buster 2014 says, hey, a 50-gallon water heater that was close to a third full. That sucked.
Oh, wow.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Oof. Well, he survived.
Castor says, Jay, go see a chiropractor. Were we going to have a chiropractor on the show?
Yeah, I think we were. That's for behind the scenes, the book when we write it. But we were. So let's take a break because we got the Cougs back, as I'm sure you heard them on EST Afternoons. The Cougs back from a week in, where'd you go again?
Went to Vancouver,
British Columbia. So we'll qualify some people for the draw for 2 tickets to Canada, Uzbekistan on June 1st. We'll do that when we get back. Luke Gazdic coming up at 3:40. Here's the Coop.
The Canucks have fired first-year head coach Adam Foote along with 3 other assistants. Under Foote, the Canucks had the NHL's worst record, going 25-49-8. Meanwhile, the Golden Knights lost their appeal of last week's post-game antics with the media. Last Thursday, Vegas head coach John Tortorella denied access to the locker room, refusing to speak with media in response to the league handed Tortorella a $100,000 fine, forcing Vegas to forfeit a second-round pick. PWHL news, the league's expanding to 12 teams for the 2026-27 season, placing a franchise in San Jose. That's now the 4th new hub announced for next year. To the hardwood, Cleveland, New York matchup for the Start of these finals tip off at 6 o'clock. Elsewhere, the Jays-Yankees dance. Toronto sending Dylan Cease to the mound. Will Warren on the other side for New York. First pitch just after 5 o'clock. Ahead of the game, Toronto has moved Joe Mantiply to the 15-day injured list with knee inflammation, recalling Chase Lee from the AAA Bisons. And there's one game live right now in the majors. Top of the fifth, the Braves down 4-2 to the Marlins. After that, the Guardians and Tigers match up. This sports update is brought to you by the Edmonton Elks. It doesn't start on game day. It starts before kickoff. Get your single game tickets today and be there for every hit, catch, and touchdown. Lock in your seats right now at goelks.com/tickets. More on the Reid Wilkins Show following the break here on Edmonton Sports Talk. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
Two guys and a goalie.
Hire it or fire it, Joaquin. The Oilers will have a head coach by the end of the week.
Fire it.
Why?
Due diligence.
I'm also firing it. I feel like the Vegas Golden Knights are just going to wait.
They're going to drag us.
We're not done yet. We're still playing.
Yeah.
Screw you, Edmonton. Screw you, LA.
Two guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
We have what you're looking for. GD Liquidators is Edmonton's one-stop shop for new and used warehouse, office, and industrial items since 1987. You'll find what you want when you want it. Give us a call, visit us in-store, or check out the monthly auctions at gdliquidators.com. 100% Canadian-owned and operated. We have what you are looking for. GD Liquidators.
River Cree Resort and Casino and K97 proudly present Prism and Alda Nova. May 29th in the venue. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
The Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for any scenario. You finished work early? Happy hour. You finished work because you accidentally hit reply all to the entire company? Big happy hour. Your boss said great job? Happy hour. Your boss said per my last email. Ugh, emergency happy hour. You finally closed the big deal. Happy hour. With a huge selection of ice cold drinks and great food, the Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for whatever just happened at work. The Canadian Brewhouse. Your day just got happier.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
Okay. Here's our trivia question. So here's what we're doing. Today we're going to qualify 4 people for our grand prize draw on Friday for 2 tickets to see Canada play Uzbekistan in the World Cup send-off series at Commonwealth Stadium. Okay? So we're going to qualify 11 people in all because that's how many people are on a soccer team on the field at one time. So 4 today, 3 tomorrow, 3 Thursday, 1 final qualifier Friday, and then the grand prize draw on Friday.
And you can only qualify once, correct?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
You only qualify once. Yeah, you can't play 2 positions in soccer. They don't put 10 guys out and have.
I've seen goalies out in the field.
Well, true.
Taking
but
the
we're
pitch.
not doing that.
Okay.
All right. So first, what are we doing? First 4 correct answers?
Yeah, baby.
780-218-9999. River Cree Resort and Casino Inbox. Do you remember the correct answer?
I got it written down.
Okay. So in 1986, Canada made its debut at the World Cup and infamously scored 0 goals. But the question is, how many goals did Canada allow in their 3 games? Okay, 780-218-9999. River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Jay will get to the 4 qualifiers. Well, you got to get them ready. Maybe we'll announce them after Luke is on.
Sure.
All right, off-topic topic for William Huff. Name something you lifted yourself but shouldn't have.
Nash in Whitecourt says, I spent all Saturday in the bush with a chainsaw cleaning up as well. Hot tub was real nice at the end of the day. I should have hopped in the hot tub.
With Coop.
I should have went with Coop. Sean says, Jay, were you tarps off doing yard work? All barrel-chested with sun glistening, the beads of sweat on your chest hair, while the wife sat on the porch sipping a sweet tea.
Sounds like an expert from a book you can get in the naughty bookstore in my neighborhood. Yeah,
that's a very. It makes me sound really good.
Makes you sound quick.
I don't have a lick of chest hair.
Really?
Like none.
Oh, interesting.
Well,
you don't shave it?
A few, like
you're just naturally hairless.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
As Jason Milne strode across the lawn, his nearly hairless chest glimmering with sweat in the sunlight. Bookbinder, you need to go. You need to go back to work.
TMI, bookbinder. What was this other one? Yeah.
So it was something you lifted that you shouldn't have, not just stories about you being shirtless.
Well, you can send
in
stories.
Your fantasies about Jay being shirtless.
Please do.
That's a secondary.
That's a secondary.
Okay, that's the limerick topic today. A limerick about Jay being shirtless. Okay.
Yes.
And make it
Fantasize.
as erotically charged as you can, but we could, so we can still read it on the show.
Yeah.
Like some double entendres or just nice twists of phrases.
Kind of like what Chet does.
Yeah, kind of like what Chet does. So that's your limerick topic today. Email read@edmontonsportstalk.com, jay@edmontonsportstalk.com. Your limericks about Jay being shirtless. And I guess if we can't read them on air, if they're too saucy, you can take them home to April. Maybe as a bit of a scene setter, bit of a tone setter for the evening.
Bronco Nick says, I lifted my wife's heart. Haven't returned it since.
Oh, Bronco Nick, you really are nauseating. No, we love you, Bronco.
I don't understand this one. Barry Getman's in the chat.
I think people are taking this assignment very seriously.
Barry Getman says, I don't have any chest hair either. Grass doesn't grow on a well-used playground. What does that mean?
Oh my God.
His chest, he uses his chest a lot?
I guess, yeah.
I guess he's a big piece of beef.
Like, it's like Radko Gudas. Yeah.
Yeah, Radko Gudas. I can't. I really want erotic.
No, people are really getting
words or limericks.
By the way, portions of this job, portions of this hour are presented by Lamley's, built for the job, made with quality craftsmanship and designed for job protection with cowboy-worthy durability. Lamley's workwear combines safety with all-day comfort, featuring brands like Ariat Work and Wrangler Rigs, designed to withstand tough conditions and deliver performance across every job site. Visit lamleys.com/work to see how Lamleys can make your workday better.
LAMMLES.
So we actually didn't get any legitimate off-topic topic submissions about lifting something that you shouldn't have.
Except the water tank.
Oh, the water tank.
But the most legitimate thus far, for sure, is from Sean.
People just more interested in what you're wearing while
I'll reread it just for some motivation from Sean. Jay, were you tarps off doing yard work? All barrel-chested, with sun glistening, the beads of sweat on your chest hair, while the wife sat on the porch sipping on a sweet iced tea. That does paint a picture.
That is quite an image. Has he been to your acreage?
Not that I'm aware of. Not that I'm aware of.
Oh my goodness. There's a few things I've carried. I had a like a beer fridge. I carried that down 3 flights of stairs, and I shouldn't have. I damaged the laminate.
A beer fridge?
Yeah.
That's a lot, Reid.
Yes. I damaged the laminate at the top of my stairs because the way I set it down, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Not good.
We do have qualifiers.
Already. Okay, well, we can do the answer now. Do we have 4?
We have 4. I've locked them in.
Okay, 1986 World Cup. How many goals did Canada allow? They scored 0 in 4 matches. how many did they allow? Well, they lost to France 1-0. They lost to Hungary 2-0. They lost to the Soviet Union 2-0. That's 5 goals against. So we got 5 qualified. You're going to save all these, and we'll do a draw, some sort of a draw or dice roll on Friday.
So qualified for the tickets to the send-off series, June 1st, Canada, Uzbekistan, are Aiden O'Neill, Hampton Steve, Sponsorship Nick, and Chris Perper.
Okay.
You've all qualified. So, So 4 today, 3, and then 1 on Friday.
Yeah, and I believe isn't that a formation in soccer, the 4-3-3?
Of course.
4 back, 3 midfielders, and 3 strikers, and then the goalie qualifies on Friday.
You're really keen, on this soccer stuff.
Well,
good job.
I know quite a bit about the game.
Did you hear
what?
That the Ontario government has changed their liquor laws?
No, I didn't. What are they doing?
From June 11th to July 19th. What are you laughing at? What, did I get hen weight?
No.
Oh, what's it with the grin? You just happy?
It's a good thing to do.
We need to put some sort of a black screen between us and Coop.
Yeah. So Ontario restaurants and bars will be allowed to sell alcohol until 4 a.m.
Oh, wow.
From June 11th to July 19th.
But the games are in our time zone.
I know. It makes absolutely no sense other than just to, I guess, encourage bad behavior.
Post-game drinking. Yeah.
And what do they call it when in soccer when they like hooligans?
Yeah, hooliganism.
Hooliganism.
Yeah.
That's what that should be.
That's promoting hooliganism.
That's promoting hooliganism.
Yeah.
So liquor stores are open later, and bars and restaurants will be open and allowed to serve till 4. Why?
But a lot of the matches are
like the matches are even if it's a 7 o'clock start, the game's over at 9:30.
Well, I guess you really got to celebrate.
I wonder what Luke Gazdic thinks of this. He must just be like, great.
He's a busy man. I don't know how much.
Well, no, if
Cup he'll be taking. Well, I guess
the
NHL will be.
He's covering, and it's on the West Coast. At least he can go have a cold one after.
That's true.
He can be out till 4 a.m.
Our poll in the net. We have a lot going on today. Our poll in the Nasty Chat on YouTube. So just go to our YouTube stream. Give us a thumbs up if you haven't already. What would be more tolerable for Oilers fans? The Leafs winning the Cup or the Habs? Leafs winning at 2%. Habs winning at 64%. Both would suck at 34%. So we'll see where that goes throughout the course of the show. Luke is standing by, but first, the Coob with an update.
The Canucks have fired first-year head coach Adam Foote along with 3 other assistants. Under Foote, the Canucks had the NHL's worst record, going 25-49-8. Meanwhile, the Golden Knights lost their appeal of last week's post-game antics with the media. Last Thursday, Vegas head coach John Tortorella denied access to the locker room, refusing to speak with media. In response, the league made Vegas forfeit a second-round pick, giving Tortorella a $100,000 fine. PWHL News, the league's expanding to a dozen teams for the 2026-27 season, placing a franchise in San Jose. That's now the 4th new hub announced for next season. To the hardwood, Cleveland, New York matchup to kickstart these finals. Tip off at 6 o'clock. Elsewhere, the Jays, Yankees, they dance. Toronto sending Dylan Cease to the mound, having Will Warren countering for New York. First pitch just after 5 o'clock, and ahead of the game, Toronto has moved Joe Mantonfly to the 15-day injured list with knee inflammation, recalling Chase Lee from the AAA Bisons. Live now in the majors. One game's underway. Bottom 5th inning, the Braves down by 1 to the Marlins. And at 4:40, Guardians Tigers, they hit the field. Luke Gazdic up next here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Craig Button.
Leon Draisaitl said we've gone backwards. I've been very clear. 75 to 80% of this is on management. Go and change the coach. Bruce Cassidy's a hell of a coach. Feels like everybody wants to run Chris Knoblauch out of town. So chase him out of there. Bring in a new coach. They're not going anywhere near the Stanley Cup if they don't improve the roster. Full stop.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Some of us are walking, others are biking. Together, we are accelerating the pace of MS research breakthroughs. This May, join Sentinel Storage at an MS walk in your community. Sentinel Storage, proud partner of MS Canada.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
River Cree Resort and Casino and K97 proudly present Prism and Aldanova. May 29th in the venue. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
Goodwill is
one shopper, finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket, a deal, one donor, letting go of something so someone else can move forward.
One program participant,
learning,
trying,
building skills,
building confidence,
building a future.
One purchase, one donation,
one job, one choice.
Goodwill is
the power of one, the power of one, the power of one, the power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
Somewhere, someone is sitting on a patio that is literally part of the parking lot. They're hot, uncomfortable, and bored. Do not be that person. The Canadian Brewhouse has a rooftop, real turf, misters, fire tables, patio games, big screens, and zero reason to be bored. This summer, your standards are higher than a parking lot, and you know it. The Canadian Brewhouse, Canada's best patios.
Looking for flooring? Paramount Flooring has it all. Sales, service, and expert installation. With options for every style and budget, open 7 days a week. We've got you covered. Quick delivery and in-stock deals. Plus, EST listeners get 10% off. Visit ParamountFlooring.ca today.
All right, hope you're having a great Tuesday afternoon. I almost said Monday, but it is Tuesday afternoon, back after the Victoria Day long weekend. Queen Victoria was quite fancy on you at Popeyes on Friday, Jay. She really was. Dirty. 780-218-9999.
Wasn't too proper, I'll tell you that much.
Is how you can get us on the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. We are joined by this gentleman every week on EST, and we have him today on the Oil Country Towing video hotline. Oil Country Towing, Edmonton's most trusted 24/7 roadside rescue team. Fast, safe, and reliable for over 15 years. Whether it's game day or a snowstorm, we work as hard as your favorite team to get you going. Call 780-986-6088 for all your towing needs. From Sportsnet, former Edmonton Oiler Luke Gazdic checking in. Hello, Luke. No audio coming through, Luke. Are you muted? He's checking it out. All right.
No.
He'll fix it.
He is not. I
think he's because he moved, didn't he?
He did. Maybe he lost the cord.
Maybe the audio cable didn't get moved. Maybe he got run over. Run over by the moving truck. Coob, you're working this out, buddy?
Yeah, he's just reconnecting momentarily.
All right. The Leafs are surging in our poll in the Nasty Chat, up to 3%. What would be more tolerable for Oilers fans? Leafs Cup Championship, Habs Cup Championship, or both awful? Leafs are now up to 3% approval. That's pretty good. Canadiens at 65%. Both would suck at 32%. So that's not bad. By the way, that overtime goal last night.
Montreal's going to work it out. Carrier ahead. Over the line comes Newhook. Shooting. Scores! Alex Newhook! Olé! 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 And Montreal is going to play Carolina in the Eastern Conference Final.
Chris Cuthbert with Sportsnet all over it, throwing in the Olays.
Terrific.
Yeah. All right, we got Luke. Olé, 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 Luke. How are you doing?
I hate technology.
Well, it's fine. We got you. How'd the move go?
I know. It's good, man. I'm just getting settled in. I dropped a call this morning on a podcast, and I've just been trying to figure out the internet since then, It's good, though, man. New digs, enjoying it. Game 7 last night. I get a couple nights to breathe here and unpack some more stuff, and we go from there.
Is that the Kawhi Leonard shot behind you?
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Oh, it's like a full action shot of the Kawhi shot. Yes, it is.
Oh, awesome.
I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to do these things from now on. I'm like against one of the walls, but like some of these people have really cool backgrounds where they got all their trophies. I don't need to show off all my participation trophies. Like
I'm not saying it because you don't have anything to show off, but I think you could just be just different. Like, you could, what you're doing right now is just fine.
Yeah. It's more me. I just want to be me. So you know what? I'm figuring it out. I'm liking this spot. Might hold the mic from now on. It makes me feel like this is more informal. Not that you guys are an informal show, but I just like sitting here shooting the breeze,
Well, we're glad you're moved, and the mic sounds great, so we're ready to rock and roll. I've been using the word magic to describe the Montreal Canadiens. What do you think?
I called them the team of destiny this morning, and I'm not the inventor of that phrase by any sense. There's just something about this team, and like I think you were asking the thing before this, like, would Oilers fans rather hate a Habs Stanley Cup final or a Leafs Stanley Cup final? I got to think it's the Leafs, right? First of all, like doesn't everyone hate the Leafs? But this Habs team, I will tell you, they're a very likable group. Like honestly, they've done it the right way. They built through the draft. They have a bunch of young guys. They're the second youngest team. This is what's incredible about this. They're the second youngest team in hockey. Buffalo was the third youngest team. Only Chicago is younger than them. This is how you build a hockey team. They are all locked up until like 2032 on pretty good deals. And like, you know what? I said this morning, maybe too harshly, they didn't deserve to win Game 7 last night. I don't know if they didn't deserve to win it. Dobish played outstanding. But that's 2 Game 7s in a row now where, you know what, it could have gone either way. And here we are. They're going to the conference finals. So to be honest, they've been a treat to cover. I think Marty St. Louis is an incredibly smart guy. I think if we're speaking about coaching hires and multiple vacancies in the league, including one in your guys' backyard, you're going to see more former players and guys like Marty behind benches. And I think he's done a great job in Montreal.
Luke, not to bring this always back to the Oilers, but when you see the Oilers play and their style of play, and then you see the Canadiens play, what stands out to you as the biggest difference between those teams and what Montreal's able to do?
It's a great question. First of all, they are not big. This is not a big hockey team. This is a small group of forwards. I think towards the end of the year, that narrative started coming out where it was like, they're too small to win. They're not tough enough. They're going to get pushed around. That hasn't happened at all. What they do is they skate all over you. They've gone out and got guys that, first and foremost, you need to be able to skate. I've talked about this multiple times throughout this round, but they play the strictest man-to-man coverage in hockey, more than Carolina, more than Colorado, more than LA, more than anybody you'll ever see. It is 5 individual one-on-ones in the D zone, and they chase their guys around. As soon as you get locked onto a guy, you can chase him around the entire D zone for a minute straight. That's not for everybody, and they take a lot of chances, and they give up a lot of chances. I think they like to gamble. Like they give up a lot, and I think offensively, they just go. They want to stretch. They want to transition. They play fast. This series versus Colorado is going to be about as fast as it gets. But in saying that, the similarities I see, good power play with 5 legit weapons. And they play a lot more connected than the Oilers. They just seem like they have a group of 12 forwards that every night are on the same page.
You know what, Luke? And we can't help but compare it to the Oilers. You know, watching the Canadiens, if the puck needs to get into the next zone, you know, across the blue line, basically, it gets there. It's chipped. It's flipped. I was so tired of seeing the Oilers get a rebound in their own slot, and instead of getting it out, we got to go behind the net. We got to regroup. We got to set it up exactly the way we wanted. And let's face it, if that's an Oiler in overtime last night, that puck does not get shot by Newhook. It gets looped back or dropped back or cross. And I've noticed this around the league, and the teams that have done well in the playoffs. I mean, yes, there's creativity and yes, there's skill, but it's also do the work first, straight lines first, then maybe we can make a skilled play. And I think sometimes the Oilers maybe had it backwards. Let's possess the puck first, and then maybe something else will happen.
No, it's a good point. Cole Caulfield is the poster child for going north in a hurry. If there is even a sense that a puck is going to be turned over, he's gone. See you later. He is gone down the ice. And as soon as they get to the O-zone, watch Carolina too. These guys lead the league perennially, them in Montreal, in shot attempts. They don't pass up any looks at the net. Everything is going there. And look at Alex Newhook last night. Rolling puck. Doesn't have to be cute. Doesn't have to be fancy. Just throws it there and it gets there. For as complicated as I try to make them sound, and I try to make myself sound, they play a very simple brand of hockey. It's going north, it's fast, and it's going to the net. Those are their keys. They want to get north. They don't want to play a ton of time in the D zone, win your one-on-ones, and then go on the offense. That's how it goes. And it's simple, yet very, very effective.
Luke Gazdic joining us here, courtesy the Oil Country Towing Video Hotline. I mean, you mentioned it earlier about the vacancy in Edmonton. And when that happened, when Chris Knobloch was relieved of his duties, there was a lot of passion coming out from fans and a lot of questions as to why him and why not management. Why are they, okay in all this in this scenario? And then the leak, came out about Bruce Cassidy and the whole Vegas discussion of them not allowing Bruce Cassidy to speak. But management has been questioned a lot, probably too much for most people. And is this now, do they have to get Bruce Cassidy as the head coach? Or is this another, I guess what I'm saying, if they don't get Bruce Cassidy, is this another gaffe by this management group?
That's a great question, man. I have no idea what's going on with this Cassidy thing, by the way. I will just say as an overarching theme, if you're not employed by a team, how are you not able to just go do what you want? It's kind of insane to me that Vegas is holding them back. I get it. They're in the division. They don't want him going and having to see them every year and possibly every year in the playoffs, but there are a lot of vacancies in the league right now, and there is not one more fascinating to me than Edmonton and what's going to happen here. I don't think it has to be Cassidy. I actually don't even know if he's the guy that I think they should hire, but it's fascinating to see what direction they go in. I think they got to get going though. That's first and foremost. Toronto's looking, Vancouver's going to be looking now. They got to get on the move. This just tells me they really, really wanted Cassidy, and now they're kind of having to pivot. And I'm fascinated to see what direction they go in. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think it's former player if it's not Cassidy, but no, I don't necessarily think it's a gaffe. I just think I look at it more on the flaws of the system and not being able to talk to a guy that isn't even being employed by the team that's actually paying him. That's bizarre to me.
So Cassidy's name is out there. The Oilers have permission to talk to Berube. Laviolette's name is floating around as well. You're throwing out maybe an ex-player. There's sort of this sense in the market that the Oilers need the hard ass. They need the guy, Leon and Connor, this is the way it is, okay? Enough play time. I know I'm oversimplifying it a little bit, but given where the Oilers are at now, do they need an established coach? Like, you can't have the Chris Knobloch or the Jay Woodcroft this time around, the guy up from the AHL.
Yeah.
Like, does it have to be the guy who's done it before and has coached in a lot of different circumstances before?
It's another great question. I feel like they've had it's when they were younger though too. Todd was like that. Todd McClellan's like that. He's hard on them. Like I know how he probably is in that Detroit room as well. Like he rides you pretty good, especially when things aren't necessarily going well. Those can be challenging days, weeks at the rink. But man, Pete DeBoer was the guy that I think would have been absolutely perfect for their group. The New York Islanders did a great job jumping on that and pouncing on that. And I know that probably wasn't an easy decision for management to go move on from Patty Waugh after such a short amount of time. But I think personally, Pete DeBoer was the best and was the best coach on the market. Misha Donskov is another name I think you guys should keep an eye out for. He's coaching Hockey Canada right now. He's been with Dallas. Very smart guy, very highly regarded by the players. I don't necessarily think it has to be a hard guy. I think it's someone who's got to be able to do both. But I look at, and I'll go back to where we started this. I'll go back to Marty St. Louis. And I know Marty was a legend as a player. And I think that's why a lot of guys in that dressing room hang on to every word he says, but he's not hard on them at all. He is the most comforting coach. And do Connor and Leon maybe need someone harder than that? I don't necessarily think so. I think that's fairly overrated, to be honest. I think they need someone they can just connect with.
All right. We didn't even talk about the West Final. Should get a thought on that as well. I mean, Colorado, like Carolina, has been rolling so far. Vegas got through the pillow fight bracket, if we want to go through to that. Can Colorado be stopped in this series? What do you look at?
There's two things that have to be answered yes to that. One is Cale Makar healthy, because he looked like he was in rough shape towards the end of the Minnesota series. And in game 5, right? Game 5, whatever the last game was.
Game 5, they finished him off, yeah.
Game 5. As soon as Minnesota clued in that he was hurting, they just started to go after him, and he looked like he was hurting real bad. So is Makar 100%, and who is going to stop the puck for them? I'm guessing now it's Wedgwood's crease from here on out, but is he going to be the guy? If those are both yeses and he can stop the puck, I just don't see anyone taking down Colorado. They're just too deep down the middle. They're too deep up front. Their fourth line left winger, Parker Kelly, scored 21 goals this year. Yeah. What are we doing here? They're built to win. They have size and skill on their back end. And they have Nate McKinnon, one of the best hockey players in the world, who is playing like he can't be stopped right now. I don't see anybody. And that's, I don't know, Carolina's a wagon too in the East, but I just don't see anybody slowing them down. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I am wrong a lot, but I don't see anybody slowing them down.
All right. Well, Jay and I are going to give our guaranteed to be correct predictions between about 4:40 and 5.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Yeah. People know where I'm going in the East.
I'm going down to barbecue after. I'll keep you guys on.
Hey, beautiful. Luke, I just got to say before we leave, as a member of the Glue Crew, I just want to commend you on what was a lovely outfit last night on the broadcast. That was spectacular.
Ooh.
What was that?
People been writing in about that. Yeah.
That was called Rust in the book. I'm a big Texas Longhorns guy, so it's like burnt orange, I guess you would call it. But that was a game time decision. I had another suit in there, and it was not one of Deborah's picks. And I just grabbed it. I said, I think that's the Game 7 suit.
Wow.
So we made a pivot. I actually just thought I got to show you guys one thing. We talked about trophies. I got to put this 1 second. Okay, give me 1 second.
Yeah. He's going to get something. Well, this is dramatic. Jump into YouTube if you're not there already.
This is my only trophy in the room.
Oh, it's an Esty. Yes.
Oh, there it is.
Way to go.
I asked you. It's my 2024 Guest of the Year, Esty. It's on the shelf over there. It's my only trophy in here right now.
Spectacular.
So appreciate you guys.
That's the one that has the most meaning, I think, from anything you've ever won. So that's incredible. All right, buddy. Enjoy the start of the
Appreciate
conference
it.
finals. You're on the Nielsen Show next week. We'll connect with you in a couple of weeks. Always the best, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Sportsnet's Luke Gazdic on the Oil Country Towing Video Hotline. A good explanation there about the Habs. About the Habs. He's it's interesting how he is leaning with perhaps on Oilers. Misha Donskov, the name that he threw out there. He is, I'm just checking his bio here, 49 years of age. He's been an assistant with Dallas and Vegas. He's a VP of hockey operations for Hockey Canada, assistant coach of the men's national team. So just another name Luke threw out there to put in the mix. Of course, we're talking a lot about Berube, a lot about Cassidy, a bit about Laviolette. We'll dive into some things about those three guys as we move along. But this is a big. Well, I was going to say something, but we'll save it about how long the next coach could be expected to coach the Oilers because I don't think that's going to be very long either. We're in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. Afternoons just got a serious upgrade at the Canadian Brewhouse. Happy hour in progress right now. It's Monday to Saturday, 2 to 6 p.m. Deals starting at $3.99. Make the smart move and head to the Canadian Brewhouse. We're going to make the move to the 4 o'clock break.
I think the Carolina Hurricanes are a better, more complete team. I think they've been better through the playoffs. All bets are off now. I think there is some worry about rust for Carolina. I mean, they could have sent half their team to the World Championships for a week to get some games in and then come back in time for this weekend. It's crazy. As I say, we've got the Habs playoff voodoo working its magic right now.
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems. But did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Holset, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
Worksite ready, Western tough. Lamley's Workwear is calling all tradespeople, oil and gas crews, construction workers, farmers, and hard-working Canadians. Built for the job with quality craftsmanship, job site protection, and cowboy-worthy durability. Trusted brands like Ariat Work and Wrangler Rigs, designed for performance and all-day comfort on the toughest sites. No matter the season, Lamley's has the workwear you need. Shop the full range now at lamleys.com/work. LAMMLES.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
It doesn't start on game day. It starts before kickoff. Before the first snap. Before the noise. Before everyone else. This is Edmonton football. The only way to experience it is being there when it happens. Every hit, catch, and touchdown. Season seats, flex packs, groups, single games. There's a way in for everyone. Edmonton Elks. Our city, our year. Get your seats now at goelks.com/tickets.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
The Canucks have fired first-year head coach Adam Foote along with 3 other assistants. Under Foote, the Canucks had the NHL's worst record, going 25-49-8. Meanwhile, the Golden Knights have lost their appeal of last week's post-game antics with the media. Last Thursday, Vegas head coach John Tortorella denied locker room access, refusing to speak with media. In response, the league asked Vegas to forfeit a second-round pick, giving Tortorella a $100,000 fine. To the PWHL, the league's expanding to a dozen teams for next season, placing a franchise in San Jose. That's now the 4th new hub announced for 2026-27. To the hardwood, Cleveland, New York, they match up, kick-starting the East Finals. Tip-off goes at 6 o'clock, and the Jays, Yankees, they dance Toronto, sending Dylan Cease to the mound, having Will Warren on the bump for New York. First pitch just after 5 o'clock, and ahead of the game, Toronto has moved Joe Mantinply to the 15-day injured list with knee inflammation, recalling Chase Lee from the AAA Bisons. Just one game live right now in the majors. End of the 6th inning. It's a 4-4 tie between the Marlins and the Braves. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. The second hour of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
All right, the chaos jester in the nasty chat. Something ironic about showing Knobs the door. Talking about the Oilers coaching change. Well, and I guess in Vancouver, Foote gets the boot. Isn't that something? That's all I got.
That would be a good headline for the news. For the
Vancouver province?
Yes.
Foote gets the boot?
Yes.
You just referenced something that some people don't know what you're talking about. The newspaper.
Yeah, surely everyone knows what a newspaper is.
I don't know if they do. Goob, you know what a newspaper is?
Is that a paper that has the news on it?
Have you ever handled one?
I have. I used to work at a newspaper, actually.
Which one?
The Nate Nugget. Not a real news. Well, it is.
This is real.
For a campus
paper. Yeah,
sure. It's quite thin, though, still.
What was the one at U of A called? Oh, the Gateway.
The Gateway, yeah.
Yes, yeah. 3 lines free.
Right.
What's the McEwen one? Do they not have one? They have a magazine.
I don't know.
Yeah, they have more of a magazine kind of
no idea.
Glossy finish to the page, not the real newspaper.
Just came across this, but maybe you saw this, Riedrich. The combined salaries for the 4 likely starting goaltenders in the conference finals.
Oh, so Dobish,
$965,000.
Anderson,
$2.75 mil.
Wedgwood,
$1.5 mil.
Oh wow, and Hart,
$2 mil. The total combined salary is $7.215.
Wow.
For all 4 goaltenders starting in the conference finals.
Right. Interesting.
Dustin re-quoted it, our fearless leader, Dustin Nielsen, and said, the Oilers are paying more to the duo of Jari and Jack Campbell buyout.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Yeah. Well, goaltending is an important position, though. I mean, the goaltender who won the cup the last 2 years, was Bobrovsky not a $10 million player? Was he not 10.5? But that is kind of funny.
It is.
Well, now Dobish as a rookie is going to make less. Colorado basically decided to go without an established starter and see what they could do. It's worked out. Hart obviously was charged with a very serious crime, so that hurt his salary getting back into the league, right? I mean, if he'd been playing the entire time, he's probably making more, but it did happen that way. Yeah. Interesting. 780-218-9999, River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. You can send us a text there. River Cree Resort and Casino turning 20 this year, celebrating big until October 26th with over $1 million in prizes, 35 winners of $20,000 in casino free plays, 9 brand new cars, 56 winners of $1,000 in cash. Again, this is all going on until October 26th. RiverCrewResort.com.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
All right, presented by Play Alberta. When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. PlayAlberta.ca/EST to learn more.
The Yankees lose. That's what was said last time Vladimir Guerrero Jr. was in New York at Yankee Stadium. 48 games played for Vladdy Guerrero in the regular season at Yankee Stadium. He's got 16 dingers, and he's a .308 hitting average.
Okay.
His numbers are good. If there's a place that Vladdy can turn his season around, it's in New York. So that's what I did, Reid. I said he's going to do it. He's going to start. What do you say? Wallop in the ball?
Sure, why not?
So simple, straightforward. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. to have one or more RBIs, that is boosted to plus 188. Head on over to playalberta.ca, click on sports, click on EST specials. You'll see that this is the only special available right now. Somebody must have been slacking around here.
That's it?
You want to put in a play?
Yes, I do.
What do you want, baby?
Can we put it in time?
Hit me. Sure.
Oh, yeah, the Canadiens to beat the Hurricanes.
Just Canadiens
to win the series.
Really?
Canadiens to win the East Final, yes.
Okay, well, let's look at this, Reid.
Why not?
Why not?
I've been touting them for a month now.
Yes, you have. So Montreal right now is plus 220, Reid.
Yeah, put it in.
To win the series.
Put it in, baby.
Reid's incroyable.
I'll give you a couple, yes.
Okay, let's do it.
And then I'm going to go Blue Jays to win and cease 6+ strikeouts.
Okay.
That'll be my other one. So you're going to get these now that one, we got to get going on that Blue Jays one.
Okay, I'm on it.
Right, because the game starts
day.
in less than an hour.
Blue Jays win.
Yeah, cease 6+ strikeouts.
Cease 6+ strikeouts.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Canadiens to win the series against Carolina. So that one will be active for a couple days, right?
Yep. NHL playoff play of the day. Montreal Canadiens to win Eastern Conference Final.
Yeah. In the NHL.
Now, you say Eastern Conference Finals or final?
I say final. What does the NHL say? Where's my email? Stanley Cup Playoff Conference Finals schedule, but then it says Eastern Conference Final, Western Conference Final. Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's the Stanley Cup Final. The NBA does it wrong.
The NBA Finals.
The NBA is the one that does it wrong. Let's be honest.
Why do they pluralize it?
Because they don't know what they're talking about.
Well, have you seen Adam Silver?
Oh, I don't think he's the one that started it.
He could change it.
He could.
He could change it.
I think they like saying finals at this point. Our friend Jasmine, was she not on the Hangout earlier today? Was that today? The high level and low level bridge both headed for demolition. And I just found a story on CTV News. Josh Clawson is going to join us in a few minutes. High level, low level bridges to be replaced, potentially demolished, according to a city report. A report from the city of Edmonton has a timeline to potentially demolish the high level and low level bridges in the coming years as their end of service life nears. This is interesting because I drove across the high level on Sunday. I went to the running room. I needed new shoes because, as you know, the previous pair were no longer.
They bit the dust.
Yeah, I tend to wear shoes that are comfortable till, they're quite torn up. And I was getting onto the high level, and there's a guy coming on from the other lane. And you know how people kind of try to alternate?
Yes.
But he stops.
Oh.
And then I was halfway down the bridge. He was still stopped on the right-hand side.
Oh, no.
Like at some point you got to go. And I'm driving across, and I'm like, this is a pretty narrow bridge. And I remember thinking to myself, like, it's a beautiful bridge. It's a historic bridge. It's neat to walk across. It's got the trolley car on top. But I'm like, at some point, this bridge has to go.
Yeah. Do you think they keep it As just a walking bridge?
Well, wouldn't that be neat to make that the whole width of it like a walking bridge?
I think that'd be cool.
Pedestrian bridge.
And then when they replace it, you think it would be two-way.
Well, they'd have to make it two-way.
Wouldn't that be a game changer?
But maybe the new bridge would need to go there, so it couldn't be. Or I wonder if you could build two bridges on either side of it and have like a pedestrian bridge down the middle, because that's a great bridge to like run across, walk across.
I see. They've got to go to the east with this new bridge towards Kinsman. They can't go to the west because there's the restaurants there, right? And the Garneau.
Oh yeah, you're talking about when it comes out. It comes out.
They have to go towards the ledge ground. I think they'd have to take it out.
There's people who know more about bridges than us. But,
potentially,
yeah. And the high level bridge, the LRT bridge, is down below it, not right underneath it.
I think our Sobykirk, a listener of ours, is a bridge guy.
Oh, really? Well, maybe he would know something.
I think in some form. I know he's an engineer. I think he's some sort of a bridge guy. So if you're a bridge guy, reach out. Let us know what they've got to do.
The Chaos Jester, the Chaos Jester doesn't come in very often, but he's usually on fire when he comes in. He says, "Cease will not desist."
Uh-huh.
And then Mex Bezozu, who's a bit of a clever guy himself. What are they going to do with Shaggy from St. Albert's residence under the bridge? I don't think he's under the high level. I think if he's from St. Albert, what bridge goes to St. Albert? He'd be under the Grote Bridge, maybe?
Maybe.
Because that eventually turns into St. Albert Trail.
True.
Or is there a bridge between Edmonton and St. Albert? Well, there's the bridge over what's the river in St. Albert? The Periwinkle?
Sturgeon.
The Periwinkle.
The Sturgeon. The mighty Sturgeon.
Yeah, I think that's where he lives. We have the Oil Understood. It is presented by GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around. From turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors, they are the critical engine component experts. Proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years. Now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Diesel.
Understood.
The Perron Bridge in St. Albert, is that what Nugent Options is saying?
Like David Perron?
No, I think that's the name of the bridge. Is that the name of the bridge in St. Albert? There's got to be more than one bridge in St. Albert.
Probably not.
Anyway, so who are we talking about here? And we'll get it. We got Josh Clawson coming up in a few minutes. So I was just looking at some of the three names here. Bruce Cassidy, 34th all-time in wins, NHL coaching wins, 43rd in games coached, 630 points percentage for his career. Berube, 51st in wins, 56th in games coached, 580 points percentage. Laviolette, 7th in wins all time, 846. Games coached, 1594, points percentage of 589. So all pretty good established coaches. Laviolette's name has been out there the least, I think. Though I think Stoff might have brought it up on a podcast. I don't know. I'm just curious. Like you said it, do they have to get Cassidy at this point, or do they have to get a quote unquote established coach? Like if here's my question to everybody, and I'm not asking this because I have an opinion myself necessarily. I really want to know how people would feel. Could the Oilers sell another head coach with Knobloch's or Woodcroft's resume to the fan base? Could they say, hold on, I know you've never really heard, I know they'd heard of Woody, but that's because he'd been an assistant with the team, right? Can they say, okay, here's a guy maybe you don't know a lot about, but trust us, this is the guy that's going to make McDavid want to stay?
No, I don't think you can. I think you need someone more established. This is not okay, we're going to build together. This team's going to grow together. With a younger, inexperienced head coach. This team needs to win next year, Reid. That's it. If the Oilers do not win next year...
What do you define by winning? Though you have to win the Stanley Cup?
I believe they have to get to the Stanley Cup final. I guess, I don't know, maybe the Western Conference final would suffice and show improvement. But you're talking about one of the greatest hockey players in the world, one of the greatest Oilers to ever play. And that contract's up in 2 years. There's a lot of pressure on this hire. That's why I don't think you can just go and hand it to somebody with little or no NHL head coaching experience.
We'll talk about this more later on because this is interesting. 780-218-9999, River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. We'll talk about the Oilers. We'll talk about the weather because it's getting nice, but it should be nicer, shouldn't it?
Oh, I got weather questions for sure.
And of course, his Knicks play tonight. When's that game?
6 p.m.
6 p.m. Mountain. And do they have home court?
Yeah.
Because are they the 2 seed? Because weren't the Pistons the 1 seed and the Cavs knocked them out?
3 seed. Knicks were the 3 seed.
4 against 3, sorry.
4 and 3.
4 against 3. Josh Clawson from CTV, the meteorology department, is going to join us.
The Canucks have fired first-year head coach Adam Foote along with 3 other assistants. With Foote behind the bench, the Canucks had the NHL's worst record, going 25-49-8. Meanwhile, the Golden Knights have lost their appeal to have their punishment reduced after breaking media access rules last Thursday. Following their Game 6 victory against Anaheim, Vegas head coach John Tortorella denied access to the locker room, with the league stripping Vegas of a second-round pick, handing Tortorella a $100,000 fine. PWHL news: the league is expanding to a dozen teams for next season, placing a franchise in San Jose. That's now the 4th new hub announced for next year. Into the hardwood, Cleveland, New York matchup to kickstart the East Finals. Tip-off goes at 6 o'clock. Elsewhere, the Jays, Yankees, they dance. Toronto sending Dylan Cease to the mound, having Will Warren on the bump for New York. First pitch just after 5. Ahead of the game, Toronto has moved Joe Mantiply to the 15-day injured list with knee inflammation, recalling Chase Lee from the AAA Bisons. Just 1 game live right now in the majors. 4-4 game between the Braves and Marlins. Warming up, it's the Guardians and Tigers about to show down, while the Reds and Phillies are about to get underway. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring. From custom homes to small renovations, Edmonton's top builders and contractors rely on Paramount Flooring. Their in-house team handles everything from selections to completion, keeping projects on track and on time. Visit their showroom, open 7 days a week, or find them at ParamountFlooring.ca. CTV's Josh Clawson up next here on Edmonton Sports Talk. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
TSN's Jamie McLennan. Everybody hits their expiration date, and the Oilers looked like an uninspired group and an undetailed group when it really mattered. The players have to own that, but so does the coaching staff. So I think the next hire is critical for Stan Bowman. It has to be somebody who is militant and detailed in their structure.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
When you cater with Royal Pizza, you're getting the same great pizzas, pastas, and salads you love, just bigger and built for a crowd. Perfect for teams, offices, or parties, Royal Pizza's catering brings real value around $10 per person. Delicious, high quality, and easy. If you like their pastas, you'll love their catering pastas even more. Visit royalpizza.ca or contact your local store for exact pricing and details.
So come on home, Royal Pizza, still making it great.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
I have a very simple request to keep the energy high, to keep the blood flowing, to keep the positivity going, though I know some of you struggle with positivity. Give us a thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to Edmonton Sports Talk if you haven't already. Many of you have, but we're trying to get to 15,000. And we try to get to at least 100 thumbs up every show. We are 2/3 of the way there in half the show, so the math is in our favor. But don't be a pleasure delayer. You got to get in there and click.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
All right. Is Josh there yet?
He was around.
Oh, there he is. He's coming. He's listening to us. Look what a beautiful man he is. So I don't. Do people know this? That this gentleman welcomed me to the world of broadcasting. He was one of a few who did it.
Oh wow!
The summer of 1999.
What a great summer!
I'm doing my practicum at Global Saskatoon in the sports department with Jay Onright, RJ Broadhead, and Derek Bidwell. And Josh Clawson was the weather person. Now, you were not a meteorologist at that point, correct, Josh?
No. That came much later. But yeah. And you know what? It's funny. I welcomed you in, but someone was asking earlier about whether Rashog or I are a bigger deal at Bell Media, and Rashog actually is the reason I'm even here. So he's 100% a bigger deal.
Okay, well, how does that story work?
I was in Toronto, and after I left Saskatoon, I went to Toronto, and then I didn't know any. I knew that Ian Leonard, who was the weather guy here at CFRN at the time, he had gone to the States, and so I didn't know anybody who was here at Edmonton except I knew that Rashog worked in the sports department. So I called him, and I was like, Shoggy, who do I need to talk to? And he hooked me up with the news director. They flew me out. We did some screen tests. And can you imagine that now? That's how much broadcasting has changed, right? 23 years ago, they were flying me out and putting me up in a hotel.
Right.
Just to audition for the job.
Oh yeah. Well, if I showed any of the kids around here like a beta tape and how you'd have to dub your demo tape and go to the post office or the drugstore and get the special mailer to send it out, like
Greyhound, you'd put it on the Greyhound.
Yeah, they'd be stunned.
That's how I got my job in Saskatoon. My first job was in Lloyd. I got my job in Saskatoon because there were only 2 people that applied for the job, and the other person's tape got lost at Greyhound.
Are you serious? No.
Yeah. Reid, you remember, does the name Julie Matthews ring a bell?
Yes, I never worked with her directly, but a lot of people who I have worked with her at some point.
Paths.
Yes.
Yeah, so Julie Matthews was the only other person that applied for that job, and her tape got. My boss, Lisa Ford, says to me like 6 weeks after I got hired, she's like, "Hey, there were actually 2 of you. Did I ever tell you the story? There were 2 of you that applied for this job, and the other person's tape just showed up, and I definitely would have hired her."
Well, it worked out well for you. No, you had. I didn't know we were going to talk about this, but sometimes things pop in my head because I've never really had a nickname that sort of stuck or was always my nickname.
Regis.
That's what you called me. I was trying to remember what it was. Josh called me Regis.
Regis.
Like you kind of say the D, but not really.
Regis Philbin was big. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was kind of big around that time. And Regis. Yeah.
You're the only one who's ever called me that. That's incredible.
Come on. We all called you that, didn't we?
Well, we got going around the newsroom, but nowhere else have I worked like Blockbuster or all my other jobs. Like Tom Gazzola has always called me Riedrich, which my late Uncle Dan, who did the Ukrainian Hour on CFCW back in the day, he called me Riedrich. So some of you guys call me that. I mean, there's when I refer to myself or people call me Wilkie, it's like sarcastically because it's such an obvious nickname, right? So that's not really a nickname.
No, Regis is a good one, though.
What it was.
Regis is really good. I might have to take that one there, Josh.
Yeah. It's yours. It's yours, Glue Guy.
I have your blessing. Okay, that's
So
good.
are you coming up on
from
25?
one bare-chested man to another?
Well,
I got nothing, man.
He's been listening the whole show. This is.
Are you hairless as well, Chest? Like I can't grow anything. I don't think it's a problem, but
No,
should I?
No.
I think it's okay.
Yeah, don't. That's not a problem. Yeah.
So are you coming up on 25 years there?
23 this year.
So geez, that's amazing. Good for you.
There's not too many people in this building that go back further than I do. David Wasik's got a few years on me, but there's not a lot of other people around.
And did you get the meteorology degree in there or in Toronto?
Started in Saskatoon.
Well, you already
continued
started
in
it, okay.
Toronto, and then finished it like 3 months after I started here.
Okay. And you are now I was correct. You're the chief meteorologist at CTV Edmonton.
Yeah, which is the only reason you get that title is if the station has another meteorologist. So if we ever fired Corey Adel, or if he wasn't a meteorologist, suddenly I would no longer be the chief meteorologist.
You would just be a meteorologist. Yes. It's just like how people always say they're going to the lake. I'm like, no, you're going to a lake. There are several lakes. But if you were the only meteorologist,
not Alberta, you're not going to the lake. Now it's Saskatchewan. You got plenty of lakes to go to. In Alberta, there really is only like the one lake, right?
There are lots of lakes. Chip Lake.
I mean, within a reasonable driving distance. When we moved here, my wife's from Saskatoon. She's like, "Where are all the lakes?" I'm like, yeah, it's not like Saskatoon.
Like the big one, I guess, would be Sylvan Lake, right?
Yes,
that's kind of.
So if someone says, if an Edmontonian says, "I'm going to the lake," you assume it's Sylvan.
No, I assume it's Wabaman.
Wabaman. Yeah, there's quite a few.
Go to Seba Beach.
Long Lake.
Lake Isle?
Lake, yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of lakes.
Long Island Lake is a hidden gem, actually. Long Island Lake is a hidden gem.
Huh.
I'll give you that.
Okay.
It's not like Saskatchewan, though. Right?
Well, it's the land of the lakes is Saskatchewan, no?
Land of living skies.
Oh, sorry.
That's what's on it. This is a meandering and hopefully entertaining conversation.
Well, hang on. Before we get to
I'm being entertained.
Before we get to actual sports, when Josh, is there any sustained rain coming through the region anytime soon?
No.
Oh God, that's not good.
Scattered showers and thunderstorms. We got a couple of hit and miss. Fort Saskatchewan's getting a little thunderstorm. There's a little something blowing up over the east side of the city right now. There's a little bit more coming in from the west, but no. Like if you want a day-long deluge of rain, no, it's not coming.
How far in advance can you see that?
How accurate do you want me to be?
At least 70%.
Yeah.
70%? Then about 7 days. And it changes, right? How far out you can forecast with any sort of degree of certainty changes depending on what the weather pattern is. In the spring, it's pretty difficult to go beyond 5-ish days. Just something is going to change, and that'll throw the next series of days out of whack. But no, there's nothing for Edmonton. Precipitation-wise. Temperature-wise, we're going to be on the cooler side tomorrow, about 15 or 16. But after that, looks like around or above average for the next week and a half, 2 weeks.
Okay. Well, I don't know if I know you're a pretty loyal listener, but I don't know if you heard me say thanks to Weiss Johnson, I now have air conditioning in my home, and I haven't really been able to test it out yet. So I'm looking forward to that day. Okay. I don't.
It'll come, and you know what?
What?
You will not regret that decision.
Good.
I'm gonna remember the thing we said I'd say to him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You start.
Yeah. We did. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Josh, I wanted to bounce a couple basketball questions off you, if that's okay. You get what the bounce some questions. Okay. Okay. Look,
I think you swished that one.
Knocking it out of the park. Thank you for playing along. So, you're the Knicks guy. You're our Knicks insider here in Edmonton. You follow the team. Is this Is this like a do or die situation for the Knicks? Is it get it done this year or else? Given all the roster changes and all the money they've spent, is this the year for the Knicks to get it over the line?
I think this is the most likely year for them to get it over the line. This was the year that you went into the regular season saying the East is wide open, and then they kind of played with their food during the regular season. And, I mean, they won the NBA Cup, so we're all happy about that, but no one expected them to finish third. Somehow they've lucked out, and they still get home court advantage in the ECF. Is anyone beating OKC or San Antonio in the next 5 years, though?
Well,
anyone?
I don't know, because
that's your championship final every year for the next 5 or 6 years.
Sure.
And it's going to be the Western Conference final every year. So no, the Knicks with this roster, if they lose in this series and they don't get to the finals, there will be some roster changes. If they get to the finals and lose to either San Antonio or OKC, I don't think they make that many changes. And I don't see why they wouldn't be set up for another run next year. The East is going to be better, but the Knicks will be just as good next year as they were this year.
How important to the Knicks, or how vital is a healthy OG Anunoby heading into the series? Yeah, he's kind of a Swiss Army knife, right?
The whole argument of rest versus rust, you take the rest just to be able to get OG. Now, you could probably win this series. You could win a couple of games, maybe even win the entire series without OG. The Knicks will beat the Cavs. You cannot beat the Spurs or the Thunder without OG Anunoby at full strength. So, I mean, if they have to shut him down after a game or two and rest him for the finals, I think most Knicks fans would be fine with that. They're going to get through the Cavs. It's finals or bust though this year for the Knicks, and I talked to lots of Knicks fans online who were freaking out in January during January and February. They went on like a 10-game winless streak. They were garbage. They were terrible, and I just kept saying it doesn't matter. We will forget all of this if they get to the finals. Who cares if they win games in January? It's almost like the way Oilers fans should have treated things the last couple of years, right? The regular season doesn't matter. Stop living and dying on games in November and January. It's the playoffs. And as a Knicks fan, I can't remember how long it's been for multiple seasons in a row to be able to say that. It's unreal.
All right, let's end with the Oilers. I know you get to get back to work here right away. Well, this is a form of working for you. I'll ask you the question Jay and I brought up before we brought you on. There's going to be a new Oilers coach at some point. As an Oilers supporter yourself, and you've done a great job.
Is it not going to be Bruce Cassidy?
Well, okay. We don't know for sure. I've been assuming that. Does it have to be a name for you as an Oilers fan? Does it have to be somebody you know, Cassidy, Laviolette, Berube, or can it be like, hey.
Is Berube a name?
Well, he's an established coach. He's an experienced coach. Or can it be Woodcroft or Knobloch 3.0? You know what I mean? Right. Here's an AHL guy. He's got all the energy.
I don't really care one way or the other. I think probably for the health of the team, it would be better if it was an established coach. But I don't know. I'm not in that room.
But how do you feel, though? Like when you're listening to the news conference on EST, what makes you feel better?
An accomplished coach would be ideal.
Okay.
I think Bruce Cassidy is probably the guy you need to bring in.
Yeah, I think you never interview him, right? Or talk to him.
Yeah. If you can get him in, I think he's probably, of the guys that are available out there and the names that I've heard floated, that's probably the guy that makes most Oilers fans feel comfortable, more comfortable than bringing in some no-name.
Josh, someday we got to get you right here in between Jay and I. I know it's you're odd with your schedule, but we got to figure something out.
I'll, let me know. I'll take a day off to come and sit in with you guys.
Oh, that's amazing.
That would be amazing.
We'll remember that.
It's all good.
Hey, really appreciate it, buddy. We'll talk to you soon. Excellent stuff.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Josh Clawson, chief meteorologist at CTV Edmonton. So who are his favorite teams? He likes the Oilers. He likes the New York Jets. And he likes the New York Knicks. He doesn't seem optimistic that the Knicks will win the championship, will win the Larry O'Brien Trophy. But he thinks they're going to win this series, though.
And really, I appreciate his honesty there, because it just seems like, I mean, that game last night between OKC and San Antonio was impressive.
Right. I did not watch that.
And nobody's really handled OKC at all.
Right.
So it was the first time they looked somewhat human.
Was that just their second loss of the playoffs? Because didn't they have a sweep in a 5-gamer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but he's right. I mean, you look at the draft capital that San Antonio and Oklahoma City still have.
Well, doesn't Oklahoma City have a bunch of first-rounders still coming up?
Still. From a trade for, oh gosh, who was that? I can see his face. Oh, it'll come to me.
One of the big guys, or
Paul George?
Oh,
they traded Paul George and got a king's ransom for it. So now you look at OKC and you say, well, dang, they're really good. Well, they're not going anywhere.
We are in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. Arena energy, but no tickets required. Catch all the hockey playoff action live at the Canadian Brewhouse this playoff season. The Canadian Brewhouse, our house, is your arena.
Okay, quickly here.
Yeah.
Because Jay's play of the day is a Vladdy Guerrero Jr. RBI. That's been boosted to plus 188.
Okay.
Reid's play of the day is now up over at Play Alberta. So it's Toronto Blue Jays to win and Dylan Cease 6 or more strikeouts.
Okay.
That is at plus 140.
Nice.
Okay. Reid's NHL playoff play of the day. Montreal Canadiens to win Eastern Conference Final. They say finals. Plus 235. So if you like the Montreal Canadiens, get a little boost on it.
Yeah, why not? I got to go sprinkle on that right now as we speak.
That play will be up till Thursday at 6 p.m. when the series officially kicks off.
Okay, so I'm going right now. I'm on playalberta.ca, sports, going to EST specials.
I forgot to ask Josh about
what?
I wanted to ask him about the Drake. You know, Josh is Edmonton's most famous rapper. So I wanted his thoughts on the Drake.
Didn't he put out 3 albums at once or something like that?
A trio of albums. Big time surprise
What
drop.
is this
He's the
Iceman stuff? What is that?
That is the album. That's the main album that was released.
So that's the name of the album?
Yep. And it's a little diamond glove with an OK sign. Like a hand symbol. Yeah, very interesting.
All right.
BT, I think, was the other one. And I forget the name. They're very forgettable songs.
Not good.
He's Drake.
By the way, go to playalberta.ca/EST, and I think you'll like what you find there. When we get back, our guaranteed to be correct predictions for the conference finals. We'll update how we've done so far. Not bad, I think, overall. And then we'll tell you...
You've done better than me.
Come on. Little bit. We'll tell you who we're picking in the East and West and why. First, the Coop.
The Canucks have fired first-year head coach Adam Foote along with 3 other assistants. With Foote behind the bench, the Canucks had the NHL's worst record, going 25-49-8. Meanwhile, the Golden Knights, they lost their appeal to get their punishment reduced after breaking media access rules last Thursday. Following their Game 6 win against the Ducks, Vegas head coach John Tortorella denied access to the locker room, with the league stripping Vegas of a second-round pick, handing Tortorella a $100,000 fine. To the PWHL, the league's expanding to a dozen teams for next year, placing a franchise in San Jose. With that announcement, there's now 4 new hubs coming into the league for next season. To the hardwood, Cleveland, New York, they match up, kickstarting the East Finals. Tip-off goes at 6 o'clock. Elsewhere, the Jays and Yankees, they go at it. Toronto sending Dylan Cease to the mound. Countering is Will Warren for New York. First pitch just after 5. And ahead of the game, Toronto has moved Joe Mantiply to the 15-day injured list, with the inflammation recalling Chase Reed from the AAA Bisons. Underway right now in the majors. 4 games, 3 games in the first. Reds and Phillies runless. It's the Orioles up 1-0 on the Rays. Both of those games top of the first inning. Guardians and Tigers midway through the opening frame also scoreless, and top of the 8th. It's a 7-4 lead for the Braves against the Marlins. This sports update is brought to you by Sather Reed Sport Medicine. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists, and you've got a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game. Call them at 780-460-9977 or visit their website at satherreedsportmed.ca to book an appointment. Today, the Reid Wilkins Show rolls on following a commercial break here on Edmonton Sports Talk. I'm Zachary Kubich, keeping you in the loop.
The EST Hangout.
Kobe, though, is a guy that I would take over LeBron.
Are you kidding me?
There it is. I think he's upset. Is that the top 5?
Yeah, I think it's the top 5 comment. Here we go.
Give me Bill Russell's stats. Give me Wilt Chamberlain's stats. If somebody wants to put Wilt or Bill Russell ahead of LeBron, I'm not going to argue.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Hey sports fans, I'm Alistair Johnston with Canada Soccer. The biggest sporting event in the world is coming to Canada this summer, and we hope that you're just as excited as we are. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I can't wait to share it with the whole country.
Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of Canada Soccer.
Goodwill is
one shopper, finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket, a deal, one donor, letting go of something so someone else can move forward.
One program participant,
learning,
trying,
building skills,
building confidence,
building a future.
One purchase, one donation, one job,
one choice.
Goodwill is
the power of one, the power of one, the power of one, the power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
Hey sports fans, I'm Alistair Johnston with Canada Soccer. The biggest sporting event in the world is coming to Canada this summer, and we hope that you're just as excited as we are. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I can't wait to share it with the whole country.
Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of Canada Soccer.
Hey, Coop, could you find some slower tempo music for the show?
Yeah, I'll get some
Like
lullabies.
Maybe some they play at funerals. Maybe that'd be nice.
Okay, I'll get that in the mix for tomorrow, guys. Don't you worry.
Thanks, buddy.
I got you.
That's Zach Kubish at the technical desk. Ready for the Elks season, eh? You got the hat on. Good for you.
Yeah, big time.
Good for you. What was the highlight of your trip to Vancouver?
Probably going to Miku Sushi. It was highly expensive, but worth every single penny.
So what did you eat?
I got a mixed bag of things. Well, the mixed Miku selection platter or whatever. You get one piece of each sushi. It was too fancy for me to remember any of the names.
But they were good.
Yeah, you appreciated every single bite.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah, I like it.
Right near the
like
waterfront,
that.
too.
Yeah. This does not appeal to you, Jason?
I can't do the real sushi. Give me a California roll or what's the one with the shrimp in it?
The dynamite roll?
A dynamite roll.
Okay.
That one's good.
So you don't want anything raw.
The sashimi?
Sashimi. Or sashimi.
And then I like
Sushimi.
nigiri, where it's the raw fish, but it's on the bed of rice. I think that's the nigiri, right?
Yeah, nigiri is really
sashimi
good.
is just a slice of raw fish.
Right.
And then sushi is actually a roll. So sushi could have cooked.
I had a lot of nigiri. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then some
nigiri's
was
the best,
flame smoked.
Yeah,
And you could see them crafting it too. It was quite the experience.
Yeah, they put it right on your plate.
Yeah, it smells so good in that place.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I just the raw fish side of things. I'm good.
Oh, it's delicious.
Yeah.
Have you tried it?
Huh. No, I don't think so.
Well, something to look forward to.
Can't kick it till you try it.
Well, I guess like tuna. I've had what is it when you tuna a tuna steak and you just sear it?
Okay.
So it is still raw in the center.
Right, okay.
Oh.
I don't mind that.
You don't mind that, okay.
Because it does take on the marinade flavor.
Yes.
Quite well. Is that the same as like when do you put anything on that?
I'll give it a dip in the soy sauce with wasabi. Yeah. Yeah, so you get that to it, but you also get some of the texture of the fish and the taste of the fish as well.
See, I even eat the rolled sushi improper. I will put what's the green stuff?
Wasabi.
Wasabi. I put that on every piece and the ginger.
And the ginger.
A little piece of ginger.
Well, that's
I
fine.
like
if you
that.
like it that way, have it that way.
But isn't properly, like the proper way, the ginger is supposed to cleanse your palate?
Yeah, I think you're supposed to do it after. But if you like it with, I say go for it.
Thanks, Reid.
I love the taste of ginger. I'm not judging you at all.
Ginger's really good. It's good for you.
Yeah,
we have
ginger
some
beer.
limericks here from James.
Oh.
He emailed them to me. So we wanted limericks about Jay being shirtless. Like a drummer in the pocket or a Wookiee emptying a socket, Coob back in control, Reid and Jay will roll with a sonorous sports hocket. And then this one. Until Jay would not rest with a glittering hairless chest, he is not pursuit, the point is moot for the women who thinks he's the best. For the woman who thinks he's the best.
Very well done.
So her suit basically means hairy. I didn't look up what hocket means. Hocket. In music, a hocket is a rhythmic and linear technique involving the alternation of notes, pitches, or chords. So there you go. James, very creative. That's good stuff coming in. 780-218-9999, River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. 50% off all menu items at Tap 25, 7 days a week, 2 to 5 p.m. rivercreeresort.com. What? 50% off the entire menu at Tap 25.
My wife and kids listen to the show.
As they should.
As they should. They get to see Dad. Hi, girls. Hi, April. This comes in from my middle daughter, Rose. It was a joke.
Okay.
What did the sushi say to the bee?
What did the sushi say to the bee? I don't know.
Wasabi. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Sabi.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Well done, Rose.
I did not see that one coming. Did she write that?
I don't know.
That's good.
If she did, we might have to get her making kids joke books.
So a few things here. If you're on YouTube today, we have a vote going on in the Nasty Chat. If you haven't voted, or if you're on another audio platform, iHeartRadio, tune in, jump into YouTube and vote. What would be more tolerable for Oilers fans? Leafs winning the cup or the Habs winning the cup? The third choice is both would suck. So far, 4% of the voters say Leafs winning the cup. Habs winning at 64, so that's the majority. Both would suck at 32. So thus proving my theorem earlier, my hypothesis. Is that what that was? Do you prove a theory or do you prove a hypothesis? Or do you prove a hypotenuse?
I think you prove a hypothesis.
That Oilers fans are kind of okay with the Habs, about 2/3.
Yeah.
From what we're getting. They're okay with the Habs.
I will add that the poll has 121 votes. The thumbs are at 82. Something is amiss.
Oh, we need some more thumbs.
We need some thumbs.
Yeah. Maybe people are waiting for there to be an Oilers new coach until we get more thumbs.
They're waiting for us to make our conference final picks.
The off-topic topic for William Huff. Tell us about a time you lifted something yourself that you shouldn't have lifted yourself. I had a story about a pantry, a shelf, air conditioner, beer fridge. I've done a lot of stupid things.
Yes.
And I should say all of mine are from the last 3 years. Like you'd think it'd be like, oh, Reid tried that when he was 24 and realized he shouldn't do that anymore.
Right.
No. Into my 50s, I'm continuing to lift things I shouldn't and put my personal well-being in jeopardy. Because you lifted, a rather large lawnmower?
I lifted a lawnmower, a push lawnmower, and I tweaked my back.
Right. You've been quite uncomfortable all day. You've been stretching around. You've been
I think
moaning.
it's getting a little better.
Okay.
I think I'm coming through it, Reid.
Maybe you need a nice shirtless massage tonight.
I would like that. Are you offering?
I am not offering.
Oh, okay.
Maybe there's someone else who could do it.
Coop?
No.
I got plans.
I got things going on, bro.
Maybe Coop the Corgi can walk on my back.
He'd be good for that because he's so
right.
squat.
Yeah,
he
dig
could
in
really drive it in.
Oh, yeah. He's all clean. I should bring him into work tomorrow.
Yeah, bring him in.
Yeah, because he got a big old bath on the weekend.
Oh, I bet you like that.
Oh, he loved that.
Does he love the bath or not?
I think so. I have never been in attendance on said bath.
Oh, you're not there for the bath.
Sometimes we'll do it in the backyard just with the hose. But April and the girls took Cooper to a
groomer.
place.
Spa. Dog
I think
spa.
it's like a bathtub for dogs. The dog bathhouse.
Not a bathhouse for
Not
dogs.
a bathhouse, no. Cooper would
Send in the title for a bathhouse for dogs, everybody.
This is the third off-topic topic.
Buying or selling for Damon Bunting, a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven. He understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out, DamonBunting.com or Instagram handle of Damon Bunting Real Estate. All right, so guaranteed to be correct predictions. Here's what happened in the second round. I went for the upset, Minnesota over Colorado. Big X there. I did take Vegas over Anaheim in 6, so I also got the exact number of names on that one, exact number of games on that one.
Yeah, I had Colorado in 7. So I got Colorado, just not the games. And I took Anaheim in 7.
Took a chance? I took Carolina over Philadelphia in 6, so I got it right, though Carolina did win in 4. And I had Montreal over Buffalo in 6, so I didn't get the games, but I was right with both series in the East.
So I had Carolina in 5, and I had Buffalo in 6.
So I went 3 out of 4 in the second round, and I am 8 for 12 so far in the playoffs. Not bad, 2/3. You are at?
I went 3 and 5 in the first round.
Okay.
Just terrible. I went 2 for 4 here. So I'm what?
5 out of 12?
5 out of 12.
All right, well, you got some work to do.
I suck.
You can still get over 500, I think.
I stink.
Yeah, well, it's tough. All right, so we'll start in the East. Colorado over Vegas. Now, as Luke pointed out, there may be some concerns. What did I say?
In the East.
Oh, yeah, sorry. We're going to start
I was
going to
say, Reid, are you sure?
50-50 chance, and I got it wrong. So we're just starting in the West. I realize there are some concerns about Makar, but I just think Colorado is too much better. They're better. They're flat out better. Tortorella has helped Vegas. Marner's playing great. But I think that they're going to peter out. And if Minnesota could only beat Colorado once, I don't know how Vegas beats them at all. I actually have Colorado sweeping the series. I'm going Colorado in 4.
Oh, wow. Okay. See here. I also agree. I think Colorado's a wagon. Vegas, they didn't exactly make short work of Anaheim. So I just don't see it happening. I don't see Vegas getting past Colorado. I have Colorado in 5.
Okay, Coop.
I guess I'm giving Vegas a little bit more rope, taking the Avs in 6 for mainly the same reasons. They've been the best team in the NHL, have the Avalanche, so they're going to continue that and make their way to the final. The way that they dismantled Minnesota was very surprising to me. I thought that'd be more of a fight, and they're going to make it to the Stanley Cup final once again.
All right, Coop, what do you have in the East?
Out East, between the Habs and the Canes, I'll take the Habitants in 7. Why not? Just do it again. Go back. They're a team of destiny, like Luke was saying. And it'd be, selfishly, it'd be a bit fun to see a Canadian team and a team that's very likable in the finals. So I feel like they'll get past the Canes. The Canes have the curse of the Eastern Conference final. Just can't really do much. But
this is the year they change it.
This is the year they change it?
This is the year they change it. Take all your team of destiny and shove it where the sun don't shine.
But they're Canada's team. They are the Canadians.
That. Screw that,
man.
Tube.
Okay.
Carolina in 6. Book it.
Wow.
Look, Carolina, they haven't played in what?
It'll be 12 days. Yeah,
12 days?
12 days.
They're rested. Look at, where was this here? Frederick Anderson. Reid, you'd like this.
Mm-hmm.
Frederick Anderson, 1.12 GA. 950 save percentage. He's 8-0. He's the fourth goaltender in NHL to start the playoffs, 8-0. Reid, do you know who the other three goaltenders to start the playoff 8-0? Do you know who they were?
How many guesses do I get?
Well, it's your show.
Billy Smith.
Billy Smith is incorrect.
Jacques Plante.
Did it twice.
Okay, so two other goalies besides that?
Yes.
Ken Dryden.
No. One did it with Edmonton.
Grant Fuhr.
1985, went 9-0.
Okay, so who do I have so far?
You've got Jacques Plante and Grant Fuhr.
Grant Fuhr. 8-0 start. And when Plante did it, he probably only played 8 games to win the Cup, I would guess.
He did it in 69 with St. Louis and 60 with Montreal. This third player did it in 1952.
I don't know. What
with Detroit?
I can't remember. I can't remember.
Terry
Sawchuk.
There you go.
Okay.
I knew you'd like that.
There you go.
Okay, so
you're going Carolina 6. Look, of course I have to go with the Canadiens. I picked them to win the Stanley Cup at the start of the postseason. They continue to impress me. They figure it out. Yes, they're outplayed in stretches sometimes. Yes, they got to rely on their goaltender. But they're fun to watch. I hear you about Freddie Anderson. I also don't think Freddie Anderson can keep that up. He has a 950 save percentage. That's not sustainable, as the analytics kids like to say. More Montreal magic, and it's going to be on the road in Game 7 again. As a matter of fact, I'm going to throw in a bonus prediction right here that they will also win Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final on the road against Colorado to make history by winning 4 Game 7s on the road. And Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final is actually going to be decided in overtime. But they'll beat Carolina in 7, Montreal in 7.
Wow. Look at you.
Write it in pen.
Nostradamus, Reid.
Well, why not go for it? Montreal's going for it. Why shouldn't I go for it?
Oh, Regis.
That's right. Okay, more.
So you said Montreal in 7,
Montreal at 7. Yeah, I think Coop said Montreal in 7 as well. All right, we brought up a couple Oilers coaching points that we kind of want to get into a little bit deeper. We'll get to those after the 5 o'clock break.
2 guys and a goalie.
Hire it or fire it, Joaquin. The Oilers will have a head coach by the end of the week.
Fire it.
Why?
Due diligence.
I'm also firing it. I feel like the Vegas Golden Knights are just going to wait.
They're going to drag us.
They're like, we're not done yet. We're still playing.
Yeah.
Screw you, Edmonton. Screw you, LA.
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
The Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for any scenario. You finished work early? Happy hour. You finished work because you accidentally hit reply all to the entire company? Big happy hour. Your boss said, great job. Happy hour. Your boss said, per my last email. Ugh, emergency happy hour. You finally closed the big deal. Happy hour. With a huge selection of ice-cold drinks and great food, the Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for whatever just happened at work. The Canadian Brewhouse. Your day just got happier.
River Cree Resort and Casino and K97 proudly present Prism and Aldanova. May 29th in the venue. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
Some of us are walking, others are biking. Together, we are accelerating the pace of MS research breakthroughs. This May, join Sentinel Storage at an MS walk in your community. Sentinel Storage, proud partner of MS Canada.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
The Canucks have fired first-year head coach Adam Foote along with 3 other assistants. With Foote behind the bench, the Canucks had the NHL's worst record, going 25-49-8. Meanwhile, the Golden Knights, they lost their appeal to have their punishment reduced after breaking media access rules last Thursday. Following their Game 6 win, Vegas head coach John Tortorella denied access to the locker room, with the league stripping Vegas of a second-round pick, handing Tortorella a $100,000 fine. To the NFL, Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice was ordered to serve 30 days in jail after testing positive for marijuana, violating the terms of his probation for his role in a crash that left multiple people injured on a Dallas highway 2 years ago. To the hardwood Cleveland New York matchup to kickstart the East Finals. Tip-off goes at 6 o'clock. Elsewhere, the Jays and Yankees dance momentarily. Toronto sending Dylan Cease to the mound, having Will Warren on the bump for New York. And live now, 4 games underway, top of the 9th, an 8-4 lead for the Braves against the Marlins. Bottom second inning, the Tigers up 2-1 on the Guardians. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. The third and final hour of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
Oh my goodness, hope you're having a great afternoon. We got the Blue Jays on the Yankees on the TV here in the studio at the Edmonton Sports Talk Global HQ. So if you missed your chance to qualify earlier today, another chance tomorrow. Actually, chances tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday to win 2 tickets to the Canada-Uzbekistan game on June 1st at Commonwealth Stadium. That's the World Cup. What do they call it? The send-off series?
Yes, sir.
I call it a World Cup tune-up game because both teams are in the World Cup. So we're going to qualify 11 people total. We did 4 today. We'll do 3 tomorrow, 3 Thursday, and 1 on Friday. And then we'll do the grand prize draw on Friday for the tickets.
It's a hot ticket.
It's a hot ticket. It's going to be good stuff. We did our guaranteed to be correct predictions for the Eastern Conference Final. I have Montreal in 7. Coob has Montreal in 7. Jay has Carolina in 6, did you say?
Yeah.
You have Colorado in 5. Coob has Colorado in 6. I have Colorado in 4. So maybe Vegas will make us all look foolish. Who knows? Portions of this hour, by the way, presented by the Edmonton Elks, who have a preseason game coming up on Saturday in Victoria against the Lions.
Yes.
That's how that one is working. And then Friday the 29th is the home game at Clark against the Calgary Stampeders. And then it's into the regular season. So first of all, the only way to experience it is being there when it happens. Get your season seats today. Our city, our year. Lock in your season seats at goelks.com/season seats. Very excited to tell you that every Tuesday during the regular season, we have the Mark Killam Show from 5 to 5:30 on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
So it'll be part of the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, the Mark Killam Show, 5 o'clock every Tuesday during the CFL regular season. There might be a day or two. We probably will have to be moved after Labor Day, but we'll let you generally Tuesdays at 5. That's all you need to know there. Now, the Elks they're off today, right? They had fan day yesterday. Did they have a scrimmage or something that they were unhappy with, or one of the units was unhappy with? What happened?
Sunday, they held a scrimmage, 1v1s, offense versus defense. And yeah, Cody Fajardo was very, I guess, upset is not the word, but he was frustrated. He said, we didn't perform as well as we would have liked, that being the offense. He did say, though, this is a big week for them.
Right.
As the players have been thinned out. Week 1 of camp is generally an opportunity to get other individuals looks that might be fighting for jobs. So now Cody Fajardo said that the ones will be getting the majority of the reps. So that will help improve the offense, the timing, the rhythm, all that stuff.
All right. We'll have some Elks content for you pretty much every day. We'll try to get a player on the show tomorrow, maybe. Are you going to go tomorrow?
I will be there.
Okay, go to training camp tomorrow. Got a limerick here from Bronco Nick, emailing Reid at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, Jay at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Glue guys prancing like a filly, bare-chested like groundskeeper Willie. A proud peacock went off the clock, but thinks doing it at work would be silly. Pretty good.
Very good.
Yeah, you would not go bare-chested at work. That'd be inappropriate.
I have once.
A variety of reasons.
But I wasn't working here full time. Eric and I took our shirts off once on the morning show.
You were bare-chested in that one video we did for no reason. Remember? You just stood in the background with your shirt off?
That was just for the
Oh, yeah. If you don't count all the times I took my shirt off, I never take my shirt off.
Look, I didn't want to give too much inside info, but most days in the bullpen, I've asked Reid. He's okay with it. I've asked for his approval to go bare-chested while we're prepping for our show. Distracting sometimes.
Yeah. If that was the case, I would not be prepping anywhere near you. I think shirts were invented for a reason.
Yes, they were.
So portions of this hour presented by the Edmonton Elks. So we were talking about the Oilers stuff. This coach situation. Do they have to worry about selling this to the fan base? Should they worry about that?
Should they worry about it? No.
I mean, I guess if he wins, it's fine. But there's going to be that initial reaction from fans, either this is great or this is stupid.
Well, it is interesting that, Bruce Cassidy has been anointed as the savior of this team. Right?
Are we overestimating Cassidy?
I think there's increased pressure now, given the situation with Connor McDavid, really, right? I mean, the next coach that comes in here has to win. Plain and simple. There's no buffer zone. There's no time. Oh, we got 2-3 years to put this together. It's now. That's a lot of pressure.
So, okay, so here's what I'll say. Well, I have many things to say. Whoever the new coach is, there's no illusions that he's going to turn out to be the John Cooper or Jared Bednar or Brind'Amour and stay here 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years. Is this pretty much a coach that is hired for 3 years max? Like, he'll get a 3-year contract. Hopefully he makes it to the end, which is kind of what DeBoer is usually like. I mean, he was in Dallas for 3, went to the West Final every year and left. Most of the things we heard about Cassidy was that it was time to go. It just was a crappy work environment with him in Vegas. Now, when he got there and won the Stanley Cup, I doubt anybody was saying that. But the old thing is coaches are hired to be fired. Most of them wear off after a while. So do you need to hire a coach here in Edmonton with that in mind? I mean, forget about bring up a guy like Knobloch and then sign him to an extension and then he's going to be here 6 years. Well, that didn't work out. Like, is this the hired gun coach? We need somebody, like Laviolette. You've coached 1,500 games. Cassidy, you've coached 830. Come in here with your experience and your good points percentage. Put that to work for a couple of years, maybe 3. Make Connor happy. Maybe Connor sees some hope, and then you're out of here.
Is that realistic in any hire in the NHL now? Right? It's a 2 to 3 year span is kind of the norm.
Yes.
In most situations.
Right.
So no, I don't think you're looking for a coach that you want to have here for the remainder of Connor McDavid's career. But maybe that happens. Who knows? I mean, if Bruce Cassidy comes in here, okay, and let's just say they win the Stanley Cup next year.
Okay.
A miracle happens here in
sure.
Edmonton. And they win the Stanley Cup. He's for sure coming back for the following year. Right? Connor then signs an extension. Connor's here for another 7 years. And Bruce Cassidy's here as long as he wants to be.
No, he isn't.
Well, okay.
No, he isn't.
Yeah, but if they go out, Reid, and win a Stanley Cup championship. They win it.
Okay.
Then when is that window closed then?
Well, I just don't think. Okay, here's this. I think this is a reality, and it's maybe sad. Winning the Stanley Cup next year is the joy for that year. It doesn't mean the new coach stays forever, and quite frankly, it doesn't mean Connor stays forever. It just means McDavid will have won a cup in Edmonton.
If the Oilers win a Stanley Cup, Connor McDavid's staying an Oiler for the remainder of his career.
Why? Why would he?
Why wouldn't he? Then they want to go get another one.
Okay, then he can keep signing 2-year deals to keep the pressure on the team.
I don't know. Did Sidney Crosby want to leave after they won the first time in Pittsburgh?
Different people, but Crosby won in his 5th year or whatever it was.
I don't know. I would imagine that Connor, if they go out and win a championship, Connor's staying here. I don't know why you would want to leave. I mean, I guess the belief or the thought is that after this 2-year deal here, this extension,
he's going to
salary
cash in.
cap's higher.
Right.
He's going to cash in, get his $20-some million contract, become the highest paid player in the NHL,
right,
and sail off into the sunset. A very, very rich man.
So
then you'd be saying that his next deal would not be long term. If it's
right.
with Edmonton.
Yes, I wonder if Connor never signs a long-term deal with the Oilers, even if he stays an Oiler the rest of his career. So this is a good post here in our nasty chat. And by the way, if you're on YouTube and haven't given us a thumbs up, please do so. We are within a dozen of 100. We want to get to at least 100 every show. Nugent Options, I still love that handle. Nugent Options says, wait a minute. He said, great. We don't even know who the guy is, and there's already pressure for him. Classic. Now, I think he's being a little cheeky because we're talking about the pressure on the new coach to win. But, I mean, Nugent Options knows what it's like in this market. He knows the mania around the Oilers. He knows the mania around McDavid. You got to win with McDavid. You can't let Connor leave. So is that another reason to hire an experienced coach?
Absolutely.
Okay, you've handled this before. You need to be the caretaker of these 2 years on the contract. You can't come in and learn on the job like Knobloch or Woodcroft. Yes, they'd both been NHL assistants, but they'd never been head coaches. So you want Laviolette's 1,554 games. You want Cassidy's 829. Maybe they want Berube's 707. I actually want to go on the record here saying something. I don't think Berube is a great choice, personally. I think he's probably a good coach. I think he caught lightning in a bottle that year in St. Louis, which is awesome. He was part of that. I don't know if him stylistically and personality-wise would be the guy here. Mm-hmm. Okay? And I might have more time for Laviolette than Cassidy.
Why?
I just think his teams can play with a little more energy and creativity. Just out of those three names, which I know are the ones we're throwing around today. So anyway, if this is a pressure-packed situation, which it is, that leads me to believe they got to go for a coach who's been behind the bench a lot and knows what he wants to do and can stand by what he wants to do and isn't dipping his toes into the water of the profession at the NHL level.
Yep. Yeah, this isn't a project head coach.
Right.
This is an established head coach that has won.
Like, look, I know they have to hire who they think the best coach is going to be, of course. But how do you ask Oilers fans to say, hey, I know you haven't heard of this guy who has been coaching in the NCAA for the last 3 years, but trust us, he's the guy. He can handle this market. He can handle the McDavid, Draisaitl together or apart stuff. He can walk into that dressing room and have everybody's command.
They did that with Chris Knobloch.
Right.
And they extended him.
Well, they went to 2 Stanley Cup finals. But I don't know if they're going to do that again, given how... I mean, if okay, here's the thing. Whether you agree with Bowman or not, if you pick apart Bowman's comments from last week, which you and I did, he tore Chris Knobloch to shreds. If you like, you and I thought about it a lot that day. We talked about it. We've been thinking about it since. I mean, he basically said Knobloch didn't have control of the team, didn't have a pulse of the team, couldn't inspire the team, didn't take the regular season serious enough. Now, you may disagree with Bowman, but regardless, he's the boss and he's making the call. So if this same guy is now making the ultimate decision on the hiring, and I realize many of you don't trust him, and that's fine, but he is the one going to be making the decision. If he's making that decision, then he's going to say, okay, I need a coach who knows how to handle these players, knows how to handle the personalities, and knows how to handle the ebb and the flow of the season, and knows when to step in with a heavy hand and say, okay, guys, enough screwing around. These next 10 games we play at Colorado, at Minnesota, home to Dallas, home to Carolina, and home to LA. Okay, we got to treat this like a little playoff series. Okay, if you guys want to have offensive zone fun time against Vancouver next week when they're in last place, okay, I can take the foot off the gas as the coach, but not for these 5 games. This is where we build. This is where we have that foundation. So that's why I can't see if Bowman goes off the charts, not off the charts. If he goes off book for this one, if he does a little improv with Colin Mockery, I'm going to be quite surprised.
Yeah, I really don't think that he could.
Well, he could do what he wants, but
he could do what he wants.
I'm just trying to clarify why I think this is. I mean, it's one thing to come and say, "Well, I think he's going to hire this guy," but I want to clear for everybody like why I think that.
Frustrated fan says, I say McDavid.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Is that frustrated fan?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. How are you doing?
Said, I say McDavid gets traded next summer. Reid. He says, frustrated fan makes a comeback.
He already is. Okay, here's another question for Oilers fans. Do I have permission to be somewhat cheeky, Jay?
Oh, permission granted.
Let's say in the next 5 years, the Oilers win 1 Stanley Cup. Exactly 1.
In the next 5
years?
years?
So 27, 28.
But you have to clarify which years.
No, I don't. In 27, 28, 29, 30, or 31, they win the Stanley Cup exactly once. For you as an Oilers fan out there listening or watching, does it matter if McDavid's on the team or not? Don't you just want the Oilers to win the Stanley Cup? Why does it have to be the Oilers with McDavid?
It doesn't.
If McDavid's off the roster and the team gets better, I mean, they won a cup after Gretzky left. No, they did win 4 with him.
I don't think Oilers fans. Okay, so you're asking, do Oilers fans want to win a Stanley Cup for McDavid or for the Oilers?
Yes.
I think they want to win it for the Oilers.
Right. So if it's not working with McDavid and he's traded, well, maybe they'll be in a better position. Maybe the team will be better. I don't know.
Well, and what happens? What do you get in return?
Well, exactly.
That would be
like if they. This is a huge hypothetical. I hate to scare
let's
people.
do it.
If they traded McDavid next summer, what are you getting?
What are you getting? You're getting,
and you have to get players who can play now.
Yeah, you're getting
you have to probably get a very good goalie, a very good defenseman, probably 1 or 2 very good forwards, and 2 prospects or like
draft picks.
Draft picks, maybe more. Zulu says, "Give me that cup. Don't matter the players." Is that a song? Nolan from St. Albert. No, it does not matter, but I would still be bitter if the Oilers completely wasted the McDavid era. See, that's the one that sums it up. Oilers fans want to win the cup, but there would always be that, oh my God, Crosby got 3. Ovechkin got 1. Stamkos got a couple. Matthews, okay, we'll leave Matthews out of it. There'd always be that the Oilers were the team that drafted the generational player and won this lottery and didn't win with him.
Yep.
That would still hang like a bit of a...
that would fade away, though, if the team was to trade Connor McDavid.
Would it fade away? I don't know if it would, Jay.
With the Stanley Cup?
People still want to talk about...
No, but what
people still want to debate the Taylor-Tyler thing with me. You think they're going to let it go if they don't win a cup with McDavid?
But Reid, if part of the reason you won a Stanley Cup was because of all the assets you got from a Connor McDavid trade?
Sure, but there'd still be that sense of we didn't do it while he was at his peak.
Fair enough.
Had those two
Fair
teams, or how many years could have been different. Quaddy says in the nasty chat, I simply cannot trust Bowman to make the right choice if the obvious one of Cassidy does not fall into his lap. North Sass Gator says, I accidentally voted for the Leafs to cause the percentage to jump. That's our vote in the nasty chat. 780-218-9999 is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Don't forget about the prime rib special, tap 25, $21.99, 7 days a week, 11:30 in the morning to 11 at night, except show nights, but it is available for dine-in and takeout, rivercreeresort.com. Do you have any text right now? Or you want to compile some?
Yeah. Well, Jodes in Bonneville, he said, doesn't have a lot of faith in Bowman and Jackson to win that trade if it were to come with that, for Connor McDavid.
The only thing, I hate talking about this because it upsets some people, but I upset people all the time, so maybe I shouldn't care.
Yeah, it's fair.
I mean, the thing is, if a year from now, next summer, say you are in a position where you have to trade McDavid.
Or, why would that be your position?
Well, maybe he says, okay, let's just do it now. Maybe he says these are the 6 teams I would accept the trade to if you want to sniff around.
Okay.
You would have to get immediate help. You can't trade for like 2 average players and 18 draft picks. You'd have to get at least 4 or 5 contributing players to the roster. Would you not? Like, you'd have to get about a quarter of your team back.
Probably.
Like guys who can jump in and play and be very good players.
Well, and where's that put Draisaitl in this whole conversation?
Well, and that's why, because then now you have to worry about the Draisaitl window. He's still a pretty good player. Mm-hmm. Now you want good players around him. Nolan from St. Albert says you don't win a Connor McDavid trade.
Yeah, you can.
If you win the cup after he's gone, I think that would be acceptable.
That's a win. If you get a load of talent back, maybe prospects, draft picks. I mean, yeah, you can do that.
Dan says Dan Marino didn't win a Super Bowl. That's true.
That's why he's not considered one of the greatest to ever do it. Like, if you put it together a top 5 of quarterbacks, Dan Marino's generally not in that list.
So he was pretty darn talented.
He was really good.
Yeah.
And what if this? Okay, so let's say this is probably going to anger people more. But what if McDavid goes away and doesn't win a Stanley Cup anywhere he goes, and the Oilers, with the assets they acquire, maybe a bit of restructuring, they go and win a Stanley Cup? Is that a bad look on the Oilers, or is that a bad look on Connor McDavid?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's a great player.
He's the best player in the world.
Him. He's the best offensive player in the world.
Just trying to, put some fuel on this fire, Reid. If we're going to jump in, might as well just get right into it.
All right. Participate with us in the nasty chat on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up if you haven't already. Is this a home run for the Yankees, or is that foul? Well, that's last night. That was last night. Scratch that from the record, everybody. That was a flashback. It is scoreless in the bottom of the first. All right, here's the Coupe.
Game 2 of 4 total between the Jays and the Yankees. Bottom first inning, a scoreless, runless game. Dylan Cease on the bump for Toronto, runner on first and second base for New York. 2 outs for the Yankees with Jazz Chisholm Jr. at bat. Another action around the majors. Top of the fourth, the Guardians down 2-1 the Tigers. At that same time, in the same situation, Phillies with a 1-0 lead on the Reds. In bottom third, it's a 1-1 tie between the Orioles and the Rays. And earlier, the Canucks fired first-year head coach Adam Foote along with 3 other assistants. Foote, behind the bench, led the Canucks to a 25-49-8 record, the NHL's worst record last season. And the Golden Knights, they lost their appeal to have their punishment reduced after breaking media access rules last Thursday following their Game 6 victory against Anaheim. Vegas head coach John Tortorella denied access to the locker room with the league, stripping Vegas of a second-round pick, handing Tortorella a $100,000 fine. NFL news: Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice has been ordered to serve 30 days in jail for violating the terms of his probation for his role in a crash that left multiple people injured 2 years ago. To the hardwood, Cleveland, New York, they match up to start their East Finals. Tip-off goes at 6 o'clock. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and surrounding areas since '93. They have doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, they have plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff today at Windsor Plywood Leduc. More with Reid Wilkins, Jay Milne on the other side of the break here on Edmonton Sports Talk. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
One shopper. Finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket. A deal. One donor. Letting go of something so someone else can move forward.
One program participant.
Learning.
Trying.
Building skills.
Building confidence.
Building a future.
One purchase. One donation.
One job. One choice.
Goodwill is
The power of one. The power of one. The power of one.
The power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Craig Button.
Leon Draisaitl said we've gone backwards. I've been very clear. 75 to 80% of this is on management. Go and change the coach. Bruce Cassidy's a hell of a coach. Feels like everybody wants to run Chris Knobloch out of town. So chase him out of there. Bring in a new coach. They're not going anywhere near the Stanley Cup if they don't improve the roster. Full stop.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
It's the weekend. The sun is out, and everyone, yes, even the kids, are bored. Bring them to the Canadian Brewhouse. Our patios have games to keep the whole family going. Rooftop views, real turf to run around on, and misters for when the summer gets serious. Oh, and we've still got the game on. Always. All day, all weekend, all summer. The Canadian Brewhouse, Canada's best patios.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know. Okay, Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta. Go to playalberta.ca/EST to find out more. Don't forget to use your game sense when you gamble. And check out the EST specials through the Play Alberta app or playalberta.ca. So I came up with a special for the Blue Jays game. So it's now too late to wager on that. But it's for the Jays to win and for Dylan Cease. Are you checking the box as we speak? For the Jays to win and Dylan Cease to get 6 or more strikeouts. Now, it's scoreless in the top of the second, so Cease has only pitched 1 inning. But they just put up a graphic. He's second in strikeouts per 9 innings. Was that just in the American League or was that in the majors?
I don't know.
Anyway, he's very good.
He's got 1 strikeout already.
All right, so if he can pitch 6 innings, he's gonna do fine. We'll keep you updated on that one. Playalberta.ca. Your play of the day. Well, that's now shut down as well. But my other special one is for the Habs to win the East Final. Why not sprinkle on it? It's coming in.
He's got 2 strikeouts.
It's basically 10-1.
Yeah.
No, it isn't. 3 point. No, it's not 10-1.
No, it was
It's
plus
10
two,
to 10-3 for my Habs thing. It's 3.35 to 1. Well, somebody said I can't do fractions. I got to find a lowest common denominator. It's 3.35 to 1. Habs to win the East Final. That's not bad. Put $5. Get 17. Go for lunch. Take your cubicle buddy for lunch.
Not bad.
Hey, speaking of cubicles, I watched a movie Sunday night. It's called Send Help. Came out earlier this year. It's with Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien. So she's a very sort of mousy yet efficient worker at a company, but who's kind of ridiculed by her employees and her young boss, Dylan O'Brien. And then they are on a plane crash, and they're the only survivors on an island, and then she's kind of the alpha on the island. It was pretty amusing, actually. I'd recommend it. It's called Send Help. Sam Raimi directed it.
93% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, he did Evil Dead back in the day. He did the first 3 Spider-Man movies. He's done a lot of good stuff. Quick and the Dead. I also enjoyed on the weekend getting a text from you of your family singing along to the Def Leppard song Animal as you were driving. So how did that come about?
We took one of our old trucks out for a spin. So in this truck, it's a bench seat in the front. So my youngest always wants to sit in the middle.
Okay.
Grace, my oldest, was on the outside. Rose was in the back seat. And we were out for a cruise, and Animal came on, and I said, "Hey, girls, do you know that this is Def Leppard? That this is Reid's favorite band?" I said, "Oh, okay." So they turn it up, and then I see a couple toes tapping. I said, "Okay, you guys like this, huh?" Yeah, that's good. So we decided at that moment to put together a headbanging video of me and the girls
It went pretty well.
You said that it warmed your heart.
It did. Yeah, and that's hard to do. So thank you very much for that. 780-218-9999, River Creek Resort and Casino inbox. What do we have coming in?
Well, if I can get back to, okay, there we are. Atif says, I don't just Stan and Jeff. I think he meant trust.
Trust, yeah, sure.
The only good thing Stan has done since coming here is bring over those 3 Blackhawks.
And we'll see if they're still around. Well, I guess Doc is still under, doesn't he have a year left?
Yeah, it's Murphy and Dickinson that are UFAs. The real Slim Davey says, a Connor trade looks like a Panarin trade, in my opinion. Connor picks 1 or 2 teams he'll go to. The team says, this is what we offer, take it or leave it. And Oilers lose the trade.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, that's very possible. Because you're right. Connor might say, okay, here are the teams I would give you permission to negotiate with. So then that would weaken what the Oilers could get back a little bit, as opposed to them saying like, hey, 31 teams, who wants them? What are you going to give us? And then how much are teams willing to, okay, this might sound like a stupid thing. How much are teams willing to give up for 7 years of Connor McDavid at the end of his career?
A lot.
If you think you're building. Okay, this summer, would the Montreal Canadiens trade for Connor McDavid? Would they trade? We're really like doing stuff I hate doing right now.
Yes.
Sorry, everybody. Would they, if you're the Montreal Canadiens, would you trade Slafkovsky, Demidov, either Dobish or Fowler, maybe not Hudson, Dobson, and I don't know, Newhook, and 2 firsts and somebody in the minors for McDavid?
You're setting your team back if you do that. Though that's a thing. Like you're not going to win if you make a trade like that. You're taking vital pieces away from your team.
I'm just saying it's an interesting debate.
Be hard. You would just have to really offer draft picks if you're getting a McDavid though. Unless you had to get the salary cap working. Like if you're trying to push that hard for a cup, it would be difficult to try and trade roster pieces, but the Oilers would need some back. So it'd be quite the situation. I've thought about this a lot.
We better think about it, Jay. We could be doing shows on this.
This is going to be
the next 24 months.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
if you were Montreal, would you do that?
No. Montreal's fine. Look what they're doing. They don't need help. I think Montreal is maybe not the best example. Like, what about the Senators?
So would you trade Batherson, Brady Tkachuk,
Thomas Chabot? Not.
I mean, you'd have to look at a team that wants to change their identity as well.
Seattle Kraken? Perhaps they don't really have a superstar.
Yeah, we get Jordan Eberle back.
Yeah. Maybe a Matty
Make
Beniers.
him the captain. Anything else you want to get to? Are people appalled we're even talking about this?
No. I mean, look, these are all massive hypotheticals, but that, I guess Reid, to tie this all back into the original discussion about this coach.
About the coach, sure.
Is that, there's a lot of pressure on this upcoming season. I mean, the Oilers have to make some roster changes.
Right.
They have to hire a new head coach and probably get to the Western Conference Final for...
But here's the thing. Bowman doesn't believe they need massive roster changes. He believes they need a new coach.
That's what he said.
He believes that Knobloch underutilized the roster and then he messed up the regular season. That's what he believes.
So you think if the Oilers run it back with just only a different head coach, I
don't believe that, but I'm telling you what the general manager appears to be selling. If Bowman re-signs Dickinson and Murphy, and 30 games into the season, they're both really, really good, does that help salvage Bowman's reputation? And how many hypothetical questions can I come up with today? I might have asked more hypothetical questions today than in the first year and a half of this show.
Well, we only have 20 minutes left in the show. You could go for a personal best.
Portions of this hour presented by Commonwealth Stadium. Get your game face ready, Edmonton. The Elks are back at Commonwealth for another electrifying CFL season. Experience the action live at Canada's largest outdoor stadium. Football, entertainment, and game day energy like no other. Grab your tickets now at goelks.com and don't miss a moment. So, all right, first they got to hire the coach. I think it's going to be a veteran coach. I'm kind of at the point, and I'm like, is it going to be Cassidy? Can we assume that? Like, is Vegas just going to be difficult until when? They're eliminated?
I mean, that would be the window that would make sense if they then came out and said, well, yeah, we were in the middle of playoffs, didn't want to deal with it.
But he's literally doing nothing for them. They're just paying him.
Yep. And he is under contract.
Right. But he's not doing the job he was hired to do.
And it's just, it just is a sour, bad look on Vegas the longer this goes on. Wouldn't you say?
Well, I know we started the show by reading that statement from the NHL Coaches Association. Whether it's, here's the thing. Maybe they're not going against the letter of the law, but they're going against the spirit of the law. Okay, you could say, well, he's under contract, but teams generally don't do this. They don't stop people from working, especially with these high-profile positions, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's at the point. I think it's at the point Vegas looks a little silly.
Yeah.
Leon's body language says Vegas is under no obligation to let him coach for another year. No, they aren't, but what do you... I know what you're saying, Leon's body language, but I also look at okay, so you don't think he's good enough to coach your team, but you're terrified of him going to coach some other team?
Well, and that's you don't know that. They may just be saying, screw you, Oilers.
Yeah, they might be. And LA or whoever.
Yeah. Why would
now Vancouver needs a coach, the Leafs need a coach. They'd probably all be interested in Cassidy.
Well, there you go. Go to the Maple Leafs then.
Go to the other conference.
Yeah, why not? I mean, that's and Leon's body language is correct in saying that there you have no obligation. Now, I think at some point the league will step in.
Right.
And say, okay, he's going to go somewhere else.
This guy wants to be an NHL
Let him coach. He wants to do that. You're off the hook for the $4.5 million or whatever's left over. Right. So it's not like it's costing you anything, but now you're keeping somebody that wants to do something they love. You're keeping him away from that. So I'm surprised the league hasn't stepped in yet, Reid.
Well, that's probably coming. 780-218-9999 is how you text us. River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. One final update from the Coupe. Words of the day ahead.
The Jays and Yankees are underway, top of the third inning. Runless contest, game 2 of 4 total in their series. Empty bases, no outs for Toronto. Tyler Heineman at bat for Toronto. Will Warren on the bump for New York. Around the majors, a handful of games are live. Top of the 5th, a 2-1 lead for the Reds against the Phillies. Bottom 4, 3-2. The Guardians lead the Tigers. And bottom first, the Mets with a 3-0 advantage on the Nationals. And earlier, the Canucks fired first-year head coach Adam Foote, along with 3 other assistants. With Foote behind the bench, the Canucks had the NHL's worst record, going 25-49-8 last season. And the Golden Knights, they lost their appeal to have their punishment reduced after breaking media access rules last Thursday following their Game 6 victory against Anaheim. Vegas head coach John Tortorella denied access to the locker room after the win, with the league stripping Vegas of a second-round pick, handing Tortorella a $100,000 fine. To the NFL, Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice has been ordered to serve 30 days in jail after violating terms of his probation for his role in a crash that left multiple people injured 2 years ago. To the hardwood, Cleveland, New York, they kickstart the East Finals. Tip-off for that one goes at 6 o'clock. This sports update is brought to you by the Ranch Golf Club. The Ranch Golf Club delivers premier conditions, top-notch service, and unmatched value every round. That's why they're Alberta's top choice for corporate golf events. Visit theranchgolf.com today to find out more. The final segment of the Reid Wilkins Show brings us back here after the break on Edmonton Sports Talk. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you in the loop.
EST Afternoons.
We do have some news from the NHLCA, Coaches Association. It says the NHLCA has been closely monitoring the situation involving Bruce Cassidy. While we respect the league's rules and processes, it is our position that coaches who remain under contract but are no longer working for the club should not be prevented from pursuing other employment opportunities.
I didn't even know the coaches had a union.
EST Afternoons, weekday afternoons 1 to 3, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
River Cree Resort and Casino and K97 proudly present Prism and Aldanova. May 29th in the venue. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching the button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Your brand deserves more than just a whisper, it deserves a buzz. At the Hive Product Marketing, they specialize in promotional products that bring the buzz. From eye-catching giveaways to unforgettable keepsakes, they got the perfect products to make your brand stand out and get noticed. Visit the Hive Product Marketing and let them create the buzz your business deserves. The Hive Product Marketing, the official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Visit them online at thehiveproductmarketing.com.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
Hot tub peekaboo. Oh. Hey, hey. Hot tub peekaboo.
At Glue Guy's place having some
All right.
beers.
Thanks a lot for joining us this afternoon. Appreciate your text to the River Crew Resort and Casino inbox, 780-218-9999. Thanks for the discussion in the nasty chat as well. If you are on YouTube and have not yet given us a thumbs up, please do so in the next 4.5 minutes. We need 7 thumbs. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. Zulu says, do we even know Cassidy wants to coach the Oilers? Well, I think he would want to talk about it. Froma says it's all up to Vegas. Throw it on the list of why they're hated. Leon's body language, really adamant with what he believes, which is fine. Says there's absolutely nothing stopping Vegas from paying Cassidy to not coach. In fact, it looks like they would rather do that than allow the Oilers or Kings to pay him. Yeah, I understand like Leon's body language, but like, do you agree with that? Are you cool with that? Like, we know they can do it and they're trying to do it, and there could be something stopping them from doing that, because Gary Bettman could say, how many more draft picks or money would you like to lose?
Mm-hmm.
You must allow him to be interviewed. He could do that. He could do that. I mean, Gary Bettman could change the rules, so to speak. So, you know, I agree with what you're saying. They could just stop him. I'm just saying it's unusual, and I think kind of...
Well, what is the NHL Coaches Association say? It's unprecedented?
Yes. Yeah, it is. So that's what we're saying. It's unusual, like Leon's body language. I'm not disagreeing with the heart of what you're saying, but give me another example. Word of the day presented by Edmonton Public Library. Your free EPL card can do more than you might expect, from books, movies, and video games to digital resources, creative spaces, and learning opportunities. There's something for everyone across Edmonton. Sign up online, epl.ca/sign up. Or visit any of EPL's 21 locations to get started today.
The word of the day with Reid and Jay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
What do they got to say?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you.
Let's find out.
English, do you speak it? Then you know what I'm saying.
Okay, this is words of the day from Les Sweet.
Okay.
This is Phobia Edition.
Phobia Edition. Wow, That's scary sounding.
Okay. Lachanophobia. 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 I like it a lot.
Lachanophobia?
Lachanophobia.
Lachanophobia. Lachanophobia. Got it wrong. Is it N-O?
Lachanophobia.
Oh, so I almost got it. There's an H
You
in
had
there
the
that I
H.
didn't
You're missing the
expect.
H. Lachanophobia.
So actually, Leon's body language is a really good reply. I won't read the whole thing, but he says Vegas has a rich owner and they don't mind being villains. That is true. They do not mind being the team that's just going to say, screw you, we're doing it our way. Is this a fear of lakes?
Incorrect.
Okay.
Where's my... Okay. Not used to this new email. His wife secretly believes Dustin suffers from lachanophobia.
Fear of eating different foods?
Close. The fear of vegetables.
The fear of vegetables specifically. Okay, well, I didn't get that one.
Lachanophobia, the fear of
That's
vegetables.
a good word to know. That's a good word to know.
0 for 2, or 0 out of 2 there.
Not
Sorry,
good.
Reid.
I wouldn't have thought that was specifically vegetables. All right.
Iridophobia. Iridophobia.
My goodness.
Iridophobia?
IRRIDOPHOBIA.
Oh, so close. Only one R.
Okay.
IRIDOPHOBIA.
Is this the fear? Is this the fear of getting rid of something you'll need in the future?
Incorrect. I'll use it in a sentence. Hernan rarely ventured outside after it rained because of his iridophobia.
Fear of wet earth? These are good words.
The fear of rainbows.
The fear of rainbows. My goodness.
Iridophobia.
You could have given me 400 guesses and I wouldn't have got that.
Well, Reid, is that the first time you've been absolutely skunked?
Not first time. It's been a while, I think.
I don't know.
No, I've had O-first before.
Okay.
All right, well, those were good. I fear of skunks. I'll have to look that up. On behalf of Zach Kubish and Jason Milne, I'm Reid Wilkins. Thanks for checking out the show.